Hi Aries, welcome back to Lee's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look at what's going on in your love life with new love by taking a look at how your person feels about you, okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. One second. Okay, here we go. So, overall energy for this week's reading, Aries, is the Devil card. This is Capricorn energy. It can talk about, the passion between the two of you when it comes to this relationship, okay? Underneath this is the Emperor. This is Aries energy. I feel like this represents your person. Guys, make it fit. Say it's the Empress. It is talking about, somebody who's practical, someone who's disciplined, someone who, they've got it going on. This is someone who is structured and who is going to be able to give you the type of love and the life you desire. Underneath this is the Queen of Wands, fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And this is talking about, with the Queen of Wands, like, preparation, you preparing yourself to come towards your person doing this as well. This is also talks to me of passion. The two of you have a lot of passion for each other and a lot of attraction for each other as well. Okay, then we've got the Six of Pentacles. This is talking about, this connection, you coming into this connection and it being equal love, equal give and take on both sides. Okay. All right. But with the Two of Swords, this is talking about the need to, take your head out of the sand, really look at the red flags, look at what's going on, not just with the other person, but with yourself as well. Okay. Because both of you are each other's recipe for happiness with the Sun card. This is Leo energy. Okay. And there's going to be a lot of truth on both sides of this connection. Okay. And a lot of balance as well with the King of Cups. So this is Cancer for me, okay? All right. And then you're getting a second chance at love with the Judgment card. Okay, so we're going to start by clarifying the Devil, Aries, okay? Here we go. Some of you still got to forgive your person because I cracked the deck to clarify, and that's what I see, the forgiveness card. So some of y'all, you need to forgive this twin. Forgive what they did to you or other people, whoever, maligned you or mistreated you. You need to forgive them. Okay. That's what Spirit is telling you. Okay. Okay. So hold on one second. Okay. There's going to be soul recognition between the two of you. We're clarifying the Devil. Remember, this was the overall energy card. So, like I said, there's soul recognition between the both of you. You understand who the other person is on a soul level. Okay. You have on your side the music card. So this is talking about messages received through music and lyrics. The two of you are communicating in the 5D. I feel like that's why, because you're already together in the 5D. And I feel like that's why you're hearing the songs you're hearing. You're sending, them whatever information you're sending them as well. Then we have the sorrow card showing up here. It says deep distress caused by loss, disappointment, or other misfortune suffered by oneself or others. I feel like this sorrow, it's twofold. One of the reasons for the sorrow is because, some of you may still be trying to get over slings and arrows. That's what I hear. Some of you may be trying to get over the hurt, the trauma, the pain that you've experienced in the past. Okay. And then also with the sorrow card, this is talking about, you know, for some of you, you feeling like this because this person, this soulmate hasn't shown up yet. Okay. But you got to keep the faith, Aries. You can't just, you know, let go. Certain things have to fall into place for the two of you to come together. Okay. Look at this. Then we've got commitment issues. It says someone here is afraid to fully commit, whether they admit it or not. Emotional walls are high and avoidance is running the show. So that's why I keep telling y'all need to heal, because this is how you going to show up if you don't fucking fix what you need to fix. And you know, I'm going to tell you straight up. All right. You need to get it because y'all understand me better than anybody, because y'all know y'all keep it real just like Scorpios keep it real. So this shit here, you going to have to fix this, because if you don't, you going to fuck this relationship up, Aries. I'm going to give it to you straight. I'm going to give it to you straight. No motherfucking chaser. Fix this. Whatever this is, why you got commitment issues, you supposed to be healing yourself. Okay? If you healing yourself, this card shouldn't be coming up. Okay? Some of you might be trying to skip or jump past this healing and think that you don't have to heal. I'm telling you, Spirit is not above using this new person to teach you a lesson. And so if you tired of learning certain lessons and you want things to change, you got to stop beating your head on the wall and asking why your fucking head hurt. It's because you're not doing what you need to do. Hold on. Okay, here we go. So let me pull from your person's side and see what's going on with them. Okay, the devil, please. Okay. When it comes to your person, they've got karmic family issues. So there's somebody in this person's family that's giving them the shit, and they have to heal it. Okay. I feel like for some of you that have this issue, it's like the opposite parent. So if for you it's your mother that's giving you the problem, for your person it's their father. It's like the opposite. Or if it's your father giving you the problem, for your person is the mother. Okay? That's what I feel like is going on with this. All right? Hold on. Okay, then we have emotional storm. It says turmoil, unstable, affected. So whatever is going on with this karmic family member is something, you know, that this person really needs to take care of. They can't bring it into this relationship just like you can't bring your commitment issues into the relationship. Okay? Aries, you should be ashamed of yourself if you're not doing your healing. You need to be ashamed of yourself, because if you want to be in this connection with this person, you watching these readings every week, you know this is what you're supposed to be doing. Okay? So I'm not going to be nice about it. You know what it is you need to do, and you are self-sabotaging by not doing what you need to do. Okay? Then we got the withholding card. See, your person is fucking mirroring you, because you coming up, look, you are coming up with the commitment issues card, and they coming up withholding. So look, let me tell you this. I keep trying to tell y'all this to explain this to you. If you want people to show up differently in your life, Aries, you have to stop identifying in the ways that we just talked about, the commitment issues. You got to stop identifying like that. You have to come out differently. And the way you come out differently is by healing. Okay? No, like I told you, nobody want to heal. We know it sucks. We get it. But this connection with this person is a reward. And rewards come after hard work. It's not after just because you make the decision to walk away. You still got to deal with all the fucking garbage that you got rolling around in your mind that's making these people show up the way that they're showing up. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. If you don't clean it out, who's going to fucking clean it out? This is not like a house where you can hire a housekeeper to come in and just clean out all the shit out of your mind. You have to do the work. The onus is on you for you to do it. Not for anybody else to do it, or for you to wait till you get into a relationship with somebody, because it's going to be too fucking late. Because this is how you're going to be showing up. I just need to keep this on top. I keep putting it back under where it was, but this is how you're going to be showing up. So if you want to be in a committed relationship with somebody, how you going to come in there and want that and you got commitment issues? Come on, Aries. Come on. You got to get it together. Okay, so this first card we're going to take a look at represents your person's past situation. So we've got the Knight of Swords showing up here, an air sign or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, and the Ten of Swords. So your person in the past left, I hear recently too, recently left a situation that had ended. Okay, they had 10 swords to the back. They were betrayed, cheated on, made to feel like, devalued, not giving this, not giving the same energy that they were giving out with this Ten of Swords and this Knight of Swords. So your person got on their fucking horse and rode off and was like, nah, I'm done with this. Okay, they made the choice to leave. Let's clarify. Knight of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Yeah. See, they released this old connection. They were like, okay, and that's what I'm telling you. When you are at a certain point in your healing, you not finna be taking no shit off of nobody. Okay, you just gonna be like, no, we're not doing this. Okay, because in that connection, they felt trapped, they felt stuck, tied down, and captive. Okay, and then this is about them, walking away from that or riding away, because we're going to use the Knight of Swords here as a, because we talk about the Knight of Swords. With this beginnings card, this is them wanting to try again, to start over, and to head in a new direction with this beginnings card. Okay? All right. This second card here, hold on, let me get these because I like these cards. I want to see what Spirit wants to tell you about these cards. Okay. This is Spirit. Okay. So we've got comfortability showing up here to clarify as well. It says this is the kind of connection that doesn't require performing. You can be messy, quiet, soft, or strong and still feel accepted. This is what your person is moving towards. This is why they left that other connection, because they weren't experiencing this. They were trying to provide it for their person, but they weren't getting it in return. Okay. All right. So the second card, like I said, this is representing their present situation where they are now, where they're showing up as the star. So this is Aquarius energy. They're showing up as healing, and also, them wishing for the person that they want, which I feel like is you, and is going to give, going to provide this same, the same environment for them that they've been providing for their people in the past, and they haven't gotten it in return. Okay, let's clarify. Star. Yeah. See, this person wants teamwork from you. Okay. This is like the Three of Pentacles. Collaboration, compromise. You working together with a shared vision to bring about the type of relationship you want. And then we've got the loyalty card. They're wanting loyalty as well, because this person gives loyalty. Okay. All right. Yeah, because they in the past they were broken. Their heart was broken by what this last person they were in a connection with, what they did. It shattered, heartbroken, destroyed by what happened. Okay? All right. Okay. And then we have, yeah. See, soulmate bond. That's what your person is wanting. Okay? It says, when you know, you just know. This soulmate connection is deep and real. This is that no explanation needed kind of love. Okay? Then we have different worlds. I told y'all, the two of you are going to be from different backgrounds. Look at these two people. Okay? It says this connection crosses cultures, timelines, or belief systems. That creates both fascination and friction. Okay? The two of you have experienced a lot of the similar things, but you've come from different foundations. And so you're going to have to figure out, how to make it work. And how to not, like I said, not look at each other as a team and not as a problem. Okay. It's the whatever the problem is, that's what you need to look at. Not each other. What is actually going on between the two of you. Okay. All right. So your person's thoughts on the situation. We've got the Two of Pentacles. So, your person is tired of the juggling. They're tired of being juggled by other people, or being in situations where they've had to juggle in the past. Okay, let's clarify. Yeah, see, they're in the withdrawn energy. It says single, lonely, solitary. They're tired of being alone. They don't want to. That was never their intention. It was never their intention to be alone. So they have a lot of regrets about the things that they've experienced in the past, and probably things that they've done as well. Okay, because this person wants marriage. Okay, they want to be. They want to get married to someone. All right. For some of you, your person may have already been married and they may have gone through a divorce. Okay. All right. So the next placement we're going to look at talks about what your person thinks of you. All right. So we have the Four of Swords and the King of Swords. Air sign or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. I feel like this person, thinks very highly of you. Okay. They realize you've been through a lot. And because of that, you may be a little bit emotionally cut off. Okay. But they see you healing with that Four of Swords. Because remember, I tell you, the Four of Swords for me is like the baby hermit. So they see you taking action to put yourself in a better position so you can be receptive to someone in a relationship. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Let me get this. Four of Swords and the King of Swords. Okay, so we've got the stress card showing up here. It says turbulence, tension, arguments. All right. So you may be, they may feel like at times you are under stress. Okay. We have the deception card showing up here. So this person may be all around you in your energetic field. You may even be talking to this person and dealing with this person on a regular basis, and you just don't know that this is your soulmate. So the deception card is here because they're not supposed to let you know how they feel until the time is right. Okay. All right. Let me get one more. Then we've got, vulnerable, the vulnerable card. This person is going to come and be open and be vulnerable. Then we have physical passion and we have family echoes. So this physical passion card, it says this connection is charged with desire. Just make sure hearts aren't getting lost in the heat. Okay. So it's just, you're going to have a lot of like I told you, you're going to want to rip each other's clothes off. You're going to be very attracted to each other. And Spirit is just telling you, don't let that cloud your vision. Really pay attention and watch what's going on, because like I told you, Aries, this is about you setting your boundaries and letting this person know how you want to be loved, and vice versa. Them tell you the same thing, because it's about both of you getting your needs met. Okay. All right. Then we have the family echoes card. It says old family patterns may be playing out in your love life. Until these echoes are healed, they'll keep repeating through new faces. So it's like, how you go through stuff, Aries, and it'll be like the same fucking situation, but it's different with different people. And the reason why is because these things have to be healed. I told you, people can only show up in your energy the way your subconscious mind is allowing them to. That's the perfect definition of what I try to tell y'all all the time. Okay, it's how you identify and what is going on in your subconscious mind. Because like I tell y'all all the time, nobody is consciously saying, let me get into a connection and let somebody fuck me. Not literally. You know what I mean? That sounded crazy. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. But what I'm saying is nobody says that. Nobody says I want to be messed around. I want somebody to do this, do that. You don't want to be abused. Nobody wants to get into a relationship to be abused. But if you have garbage in your mind, okay, garbage thoughts, garbage, definitions of things or of what you experience. Like I tell you, these people that come in the comments, and I'm in no way trying to make light of them, but I'm using it as an example. The people that come into the comments and tell me how long they've been single, and I had somebody the other day that told me they were an older person, and they told me that their person had left, the last person they were with had left them, and that they felt like they had that was it, that their life was pretty much, their love life was pretty much over with. And I went back at them and I was like, no, it's what you believe. So if you believe that, then yeah, that's what's going to occur. But if you trying to keep the faith and you trying to believe otherwise, then that's what you're going to experience. So that's what this is about you curating the type of life you want to have, but in here, okay? Because, you know, up here, I talk about the conscious mind. Here, I talk about the subconscious mind. This is what has to change, because I'm telling you, if you try to take the conscious mind, what you think consciously, and you try to fight the subconscious mind is always going to win. Because think about it. It runs your body. It makes your eyes blink. It makes you breathe. It makes you, you know what I'm saying, all the things. It keeps your heart beating. It does all these things simultaneously to keep your body running. So you think that you can fight against the subconscious mind and you think you can win? Got another thing coming, buddy. That's the thing. That's what people don't understand. They think that you know, with manifestation or with a situation like this, all they got to do is think positively and the shit's going to show up. The only way that happens, you got to clean out the shit that's covering it up. Okay? Because that's the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be easy like that. But what has happened is we have gone through all these experiences that have maligned. That's what I'm hearing. That have maligned us, that have, you know, traumatized us. We've developed these thought processes about things, or these beliefs about things that aren't always true. It just was something that happened in the moment, and we've taken it and made it, you know, we've started to say that because this happened one time, it's going to happen in all relationships. And when you do that, that's how it's going to play out. Okay. So this is about you cleaning that shit out so you can get to your true nature, which is where you're supposed to think about something and say, oh, well, I want that. And then it automatically comes through. It's not supposed to be this big, long, crazy thing that it's become, but it's because all the shit you've gone through is piling on top of each other over and over and over again. And if you don't heal it, or you don't dig it up and examine it and let certain things go, it's just going to be there. It's going to be there covering up whatever the fuck you want. And whatever you want is going to be down here at the bottom. And it's going to be covered up by all the crazy experiences you've had. Okay? All right. So this middle card talks about how your person feels about you. So we've got the Three of Wands showing up here. This person sees you as their wish fulfillment, and they're waiting for the time for the two of you to come together with this Three of Wands. Okay? All right. Let's clarify. Okay, so your person has been studying this connection, trying to figure out more about it. So they may be reading books, doing research, watching tarot card readings, so on and so forth, just like you are. Because remember, you mirror each other, okay? We also have the It's Over card. And I feel like this is Spirit saying that, you know, it's an end. You're putting an end. Every time you heal yourself and you take that next step forward, you're putting an end to you going through relationships where you're getting mistreated, where you're not being, you know, not given the same stuff that you're giving out to people, the same energy. You're not getting the same thing in return. Okay. So Spirit is telling you, the more you work on yourself, the closer you come to getting what it is you want truly from another person in the connection. Okay. Then we have fading feelings. It says, when the feelings start fading, what's left? Reflect on what you're holding on to. Is it the past or potential? So I feel like this is talking about the past connections you've been in. Okay. The feelings are fading away. It's enabling you to look at the situation, you know, objectively in the proper manner, to like clearly see with clarity what has happened, what has gone on with you in the past, so you can not repeat the same mistakes. Okay. Because this is about you know, giving too much and giving it too fast. Okay. Then we've got the healing card. So see, Spirit is talking about healing, releasing, purifying, cleansing. That's what you're doing. Okay. Like I told you, you're getting rid of all that stuff that's piled up on top of your true desires, because that's what's stopping it from coming through, are all the crazy things you thinking in your mind about what's happened in the past, that because it's happened in the past, it's gonna happen all the time, or because it happened more than once, every time, you know, this situation comes to the forefront, it's going to happen again. Okay. All right. So the next card we're going to take a look at represents what your person wants. Your person wants the truth. They want to have a fresh new start in a love relationship with you. And they want you to be 100% truthful. They want to be 100% truthful. No secrets. No, you know, hidden agendas. No, you know, ulterior motives. None of that fucking shit. They just want to be honest and they want you to be honest. Okay. Let's clarify. Okay, so we've got past life. Is spirit just saying that this person is a past life, someone that you had a past life with, and you see a deja vu, repeated patterns, karmic lessons, okay? The two of you keep coming together, I guess because your twin keep fucking up, right? So then we've got the detached card. So it's about no longer needing things to work out a certain way, going with the flow, okay? People think when you detach from something that means you don't want it anymore. That couldn't be further from the truth. That's not what this is saying. What this is saying is that you're not trying to control it anymore. Okay. This is destined. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand, Aries. It's destined. It's going to happen. Okay. But you have to prepare yourself for it. When you don't heal, when you don't do the things that you're being, you know, that are being recommended for that you do, it's like you slowing it down. Okay. And there's a lot of you that are champing at the bit. You ready for this person. You can't wait or whatever. But then if that's true, why is this showing up? Why is the commitment issues card showing up? You can't go into this relationship. Like I said, I'm not saying you ain't going to be nervous. Hell yeah, you're going to be fucking nervous because you just got raked over the coals by somebody and so did your person. But if you never take the leap, if you never try, how are you going to know what you're meant to experience? It's just like when you go through situations like you went through in the past where you suffered, okay? You don't know what you're made of. You don't know how strong you are. You don't know what you're capable of overcoming if you don't go through hard times, okay? Because like I told you, this life ain't nothing but fucking peaks and valleys. You ain't going to have peaks all the time, just like you ain't going to have valleys all the time, even though sometimes I know it feels like that's all you're having is valleys, especially in this situation. But it's because you have to come out of, you know, these thought processes, these limiting beliefs, these things you have going on in your mind. And spirit is trying to wrench you, trying to break you from them. Okay. All right. Give me this. Okay. Then we get forgiveness. Okay. So your person is working on the forgiveness for the people in their lives that they need to forgive. And spirit is telling you that you need to do this as well. Okay. Like I said, it's not about giving them absolution and telling them it was okay that they shit on you. That's not what we saying. Okay. What we saying is that Aries loves Aries enough to let this shit go and not carry it around anymore. Okay. Then we've got money matters. Money matters. It says money is becoming a pressure point in this connection, whether it's overspending, income gaps, or fear of scarcity. So this is about you getting your money together. Okay. That's why spirit is telling you to focus on your career, focus on the things you love, all of this, because it's about you stepping into this connection, not needing anything. Okay. Not even needing this person. Because remember, that's what detachment is about too. Saying that, yes, I want to be with this person, but no, I don't need them. Okay. I don't need them. I am okay on my own. All right. Because for a lot of time, that's what codependency and all this stuff comes from. It's from you believing that you got to have somebody in your life. You have to, certain things have to be a certain way. People have to show up a certain way. All of these things for you to be happy. But once you realize that you are the source of your happiness, you are the source of your power, you are the source of your stability, you are the source of your, you know, your financial stability. All of these things, once you start to realize that, it's like, you know, at the end of the movie, I don't know how many people have seen The Matrix or not. Remember at the end when Neo gets up after they shoot him and they thought he was dead, the agent shoot him and he falls down and they thought he was dead, and then he gets up and at the end he like flexes and the fucking world shifts. It happens too in that movie with oh God, what is it? The harder they fall, I think. The Harder They Fall. It's Idris Elba is in it, and so is the guy. Oh, what's his name? I can't remember. Idris Elba. It's the Western that comes. It's on Netflix. The same thing happens when he steps out of when Idris steps out of the cell. They had him locked up in the cell, and when he steps out of the cell, and he takes I think he takes a deep breath and releases the damn world shifts. It shakes, and I feel like the reason why that is happening is because those people are stepping into their power, and they realize that this shit is going the way it's going because the way I'm showing up, okay? And I feel like that's what Spirit is trying to tell you. This is about you showing up, you stepping into your power, you knowing who the fuck you are, you knowing what the fuck you deserve, and you doing what you need to do to get there. That's what this is about, okay? All right, let's move on. So the next card we're going to look at represents what you need to know about your person. So we got the Six of Wands. I tell you this all the time. This person's a boss. They have, they may have just gotten promoted, or they may be going through a glow up just like you are. This is also talking about, this person being your dream lover. It's also speaking of this person being very successful at what they do. So this is about you stepping into that glow up and you glowing up so that both of you are on the same level. Like I told you, you're going to amp each other up, but in order to come together, you got to both be aligned. And that's what this is about, you aligning to each other. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. So that's what Spirit is saying, is that this person is going to be all you've wished for and more. Okay. Okay. So we've got chemistry. Okay. This is Spirit telling you there's a lot of attraction, a lot of spark, a lot of passion between you and your person. Okay. It's going to create a tower moment with the Storm Brewing card when the two of you come together. And we've got the chaos card showing up here. I feel like that's your person. So they're your twin. So we're going to throw that to the side. Okay. Yeah. I flipped this over. So we got the toxic addictions card coming up again. I tell y'all, your person is not perfect. Okay. So they got some things that they have to work through. All right. Okay. So the next placement we're going to look at is the advice Spirit has for you. So we've got the Three of Pentacles, and we have the Knight of Pentacles, earth sign or someone with a lot of earth in their chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So Spirit is telling you to focus on your money, focus on you being okay, focus on providing your own stability. Like I said, standing in your power, knowing your worth, providing your own grounding. Do all the things you're wanting this person to come into your life to do them for yourself first. And then when they step into your energy, they have no choice but to mirror that back to you, because it's what you're mirroring to them. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Okay. You got to get out of this passive aggression, Aries. Okay. It's saying passive, avoiding direct or clear communication, a fear of intimacy or competition, making excuses, blaming others, playing the victim, and hiding anger. So whatever is making you angry, this is about coming to Jesus, realizing what it is, and doing what you need to do to do away with it so you don't show up in this energy. Okay? All right. Let's get. Then we've got the single life. Okay? I hear that song, single life. That's what I hear. And so it says the single life, embrace your independence, expand your horizons, and enjoy the solo journey. When you're your best self, you attract the best. So if you're wanting this, amazing relationship with this other person, Spirit is saying you can have it, but you have to align to it. That's what we're trying to do by doing the healing and doing the things that you're being, that you're getting the recommendations to do. Okay? Okay, so the last card represents the outcome. So we've got the World here, okay? This is talking about, you overcoming your personal challenges, opening up these new doors and opportunities for yourself, and you and your person having the world at their feet. I feel like that's what's going to happen when the two of you come together, okay? All right, let's clarify. The World. So it said digital love. Like I said, a lot of you may meet your person online. So it says digital love. You're vibing through the screens, but don't romanticize a connection that hasn't been tested in real life. Okay. They're just telling you to, you know, take your time, you know, allow things to unfold slowly. Don't be in a rush. Okay. Okay, Aries, what's going on with you in this damn energy? Why are you angry? We got confrontational, deals with things in an aggressive, hostile, or argumentative way. Okay, you got passive showing up here and confrontational. You're angry about something, Aries, okay? And whatever it is, I feel like you are suppressing it or not wanting to look at what it is that you're angry about. You could be angry because this person hasn't shown up in your life yet. And I get that. But you got to get through, you got to get over that because it's not your person's fault. They have to come in when the time is right. And if they dealing with stuff like this or dealing with the other things that that have come up in the read, they're healing just like you are. I'm telling you, you don't want to get caught with your pants down, and this person don't either. And what I mean by that is not being ready for this connection, because I'm telling you, if you're not ready for this shit, you're going to fuck it up and they going to fuck it up. And so that is why it's just going to take the time it's going to take. And you got to learn some patience. That could be the reason why this is on hold too, because it's time for you to learn to be a more patient person and learn that you're not always going to get everything. It's not always going to show up in your life exactly when you want it to, at the exact time and the exact right way. It's not going to always do that. It's going to do it when your guardians, the people who are watching you, your spiritual team and your higher self, when God, when they say that it's the right time for it to happen. Okay. So you just gotta trust. You gotta have faith that this is gonna work out. Because like I told you, it is destined. It is not a situation. What is for you is not gonna pass you by, but being in this energy is not gonna help it come any faster. Okay? Being in this energy is not gonna help it come any faster. You not healing yourself and being in this energy, Aries, is not gonna help it come any faster. Okay? So we've got abandoned. It says left out, walked away, cold. This could be this person not showing up when you're wanting them to. This could be exacerbating your abandonment issues. And if it is, then that's what you need to work on. Let this abandonment issue, let them go, because it's not helping anything. Then see, rejection. It says abandoned, dismissed, irrational fear. That's what I feel like for some of you. That's why you upset like this. You may feel like this person not showing up when you want them to show up. You could be angry at them because they're not, because you feel rejected and like they've abandoned you. Okay. So the fact that this is coming up, these are two things you need to work on: the rejection and the abandonment issues. Okay. All right. And this confrontational energy and the passive aggressive energy. Go dig down in there and find out what the fuck is going on, Aries. Come on now. Come on. Okay. So now we're going to get some messages from Spirit. See what else they want to tell you about the reading. Like I said, because you got a beautiful relationship coming to you, but you got to do your work. It's not going to come for free. I keep telling y'all that. So we've got hidden keys. All right. It says, put things together piece by piece to reveal the bigger picture. Okay. Then we have resurrection. It says, shake off the past and rise again. This is like the Phoenix card. There's a rise card I think it's in this deck here. See, look. Remember I told you somebody may have gotten divorced? It's on the bottom of the damn deck. Okay. It says, reinvent yourself and you will rise up from the ashes even more powerful. That's what this is about. This is about you going through what you went through and coming out even stronger. Okay. Going forward, it says, don't dwell on the past, but focus on creating a brighter future. Okay. The only time you're supposed to be worrying about the past is when you're going back to heal what you need to heal. Otherwise, you need to just focus on now. Focus on the things that make you happy. Okay. Live your life. Stop waiting for this person. Realize that when it's time, they're going to show up. Okay. Like Spirit is saying, when you're your best self, then you're going to attract the best. Okay. Then we have one last move. It says, you have come far on your journey. Keep going and you will soon see what you have accomplished. Okay. And then we got one more. It says dream weaver. It says dreaming and imagining bring your powerful vision into reality. And I tell y'all that all the time. You know, think about, you know, how you want to be with this person, how you want your life to be, you know, how happy the two of you are going to be, the things that you do together, all of that stuff, because that's what your person is doing. They're doing what they need to do to help, you know, bring this manifestation in. Then we've got it. This card fell sideways, so I'm going to read the other one too. It says, make miracles, stay open-minded and receptive to the magic unfolding in your life. Okay. All right. So now we're going to get some messages from your person and see what they want to tell you. Okay. Okay, we've got, I feel so drawn to you. I want to be more than friends. Okay. Oh. Then we have, you speak to me through music. I'm starting to understand our connection. And then we have, I watch your social media. Okay. Or if you don't have any social media, this person is watching you some kind of way. Like I said, you could be, you could, you know, like I said, have a similar, have the same friend group. You could, you know, work together. It just could be a situation where they're able to observe you on a regular basis. Okay. Again, look at the bottom of the deck. It says, I secretly watch you. Okay. Hold on. Okay. We've got, your messages mean more to me than you'll ever know. I often imagine what it will be like whenever you and I come together. Okay, we've got follow your bliss. All right. It says, I feel good when I know you're happy. Do something that you enjoy today. Feelings of joy and hope will bring us closer on our journey and will put you at ease. Okay. Then we've got doubt. It says, please stop doubting our connection. I can sense it and it's making me doubt too. Just have faith and know I will reach out to you when the divine timing is right. Trust the process, my love. Everything will work out beautifully. Okay. So this person understands, like I said, they're a very patient person, because like I said, you don't become a boss and have, you know, be an entrepreneur and have all these things without having patience. Okay. All right, let's get some more messages. Okay, so we've got, I didn't know what love felt like until you came along. Then we have, I miss you more and more every day. We have, everything reminds me of you. Okay. And let me get these. Okay. Okay. It says, I will love you always and forever. I want to give you my heart so badly, but I'm afraid. I can't wait for us to be together. It says, if you reject me, I won't know what to do. Okay. Okay. I just want us to love each other. Okay. All right. Okay. So before you go, we are going to pull these romance fairy cards and see what else Spirit wants to tell you about the reading. Okay, so we have holiday. Okay, it says enjoy a change of scenery to spice up your love life. Okay, then we have manifesting the one. It says very soon your true love will arrive. So Spirit is telling you this person's going to come soon, but you got to stop getting upset because, you know, they ain't showing up when you want them to show up, because this is not about you getting things when you want it. Divine timing is not about that. Okay. It's about you getting things when you and your person are ready, because that's what you want. You want this person to be ready. You don't want any more barriers or obstacles or any of those things. And like I told you, I'm going to tell you again, do your damn healing, Aries. Do it. Okay. All right. Y'all know I love y'all, but I got to give you that damn tough love when you ain't doing what the hell you supposed to do. And y'all should be able to take it better than anybody because y'all know we both ruled by the same damn planet. Okay, by Mars. Well, we Mars and Pluto and you Mars. So understand, okay? It's certain things that have to be done. You want this person, you want them in your life, do what you need to do, okay? All right, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I hope this helped. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. You got this, Aries. You can do it. All right, bye, Aries. Hi, Aries. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to move forward with the soulmate new love readings by taking a look at your soulmate so we can better understand what is motivating them in this situation, okay? In this coming together with you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's start off. Overall energy is the Nine of Cups. This is talking about, you know, for you and this person, you are each other's soul. Where you're each other's soulmates, but you are each other's wish fulfillment as well. Underneath this is the Four of Wands. This is what this person wants to have with you. They want to build a stable foundation with you that includes commitment, marriage, the whole 9 yards, okay? Underneath this is the Hangman. This is Pisces energy. This is speaking of this person, you know, they're going through a period of enlightenment, I feel like, when it comes to their past, okay? So they are turning themselves upside down, okay, on purpose in order to look at things from a different perspective so that they can learn the lessons they need to learn and let go of all the other bullshit they've been carrying around. With the Four of Swords, they are using this energy like the mini hermit. I don't know why I keep stumbling over myself. I don't know what, it must be the energy. They are using this Four of Swords energy, which is like the mini hermit, in order for them to heal, you know, and take care of whatever it is that needs to be taken care of. Because with the Eight of Swords, I feel like at one point or another, this person was stuck in their head, replaying events of things that have happened to them. And I feel like questioning, trying to figure out why, just like you did with, you know, with what happened to you, wondering why this happened, you know, trying to figure out what transpired so it doesn't have to happen again, okay? So with the Queen of Cups, water sign is someone with a lot of water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is Scorpio. You and this person have a lot of love for each other. This is going to be an equal love, okay? Equal give and take. You're going to both give and take from each other equally. And with the Queen of Swords, this just came up in this pile, but it came up like this, reversed. So this is about the two of you letting go of whatever negative limiting beliefs that you've been suppressing or negative feelings that you've been suppressing and moving forward, still guarding your energy with the Seven of Wands, but moving into the energy with the Page of Cups, which is Pisces energy, to give each other both that love offer, okay? And also, I tell y'all this over and over again, there is somebody in the collective, it's not going to apply to all of you, where you had a false start with your person and somebody needs to apologize. It could be your person needing to apologize to you, you needing to apologize to them, or both of you needing to apologize to each other. Take it as it resonates, okay? You know where it's supposed to go or how it's supposed to go. So we're going to start by clarifying this Nine of Cups. See? Spirit is clarifying what I'm saying, okay? Equal love, equal give and take. This person, they're going through a period of forgiveness, forgiving all these people. Like I tell y'all, y'all need to forgive these people. Like I said, because it's not about them. This is about you. This is about you being okay, Aries, okay? And above all, before anything, okay, I want you to get what you want, but I want you to be okay. And for you to be okay, that is why the forgiveness cards keeps coming up, because it's not about this other person. I could care less about whoever it was that, you know, all of you were dealing with. You know, this is about you being all right and you being able to step into the best energy of yourself that you can, okay? Then underneath this, but next card that fell out is intimacy. This is coming from your person's side. This person, they want to be able to come into this connection with you and bear it all. That's what I hear in my head, okay? Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, pun intended, okay? take it whatever way it is resonating for you, because in every area, this person wants to be open and completely honest with you, okay? About their feelings and everything else. Okay. 9 of Cups. Yeah, see, they want to give you emotional safety, all right? It says, you don't have to walk on eggshells, hide your feelings, or second guess yourself. This connection holds you with care. This person is creating that soft space that I always talk about, okay? This is somebody that wants to be your protector, okay? They want to be your partner. You want to be your savior. They want to do everything they can to go above and beyond to make this connection work between the two of you, okay? And I feel like, most of you are in that same energy, okay? All right, so here we go. We have the first question here. It is talking about, what will you learn from this person? So we've got 2 of Swords. We have the 8 of Wands, okay? And the 6 of Swords, okay? So I feel like what Spirit is saying is that you're gonna realize how important it is to take your head out of the sand, be open and honest about what you're seeing, what you're experiencing. Because, let me say this. I feel like a lot of us, when we get into that connection with that person, we feeling all the feels, all these things. It doesn't matter with who it's with, okay? In the past, I feel like, and I feel like this is normal, that people do this. You look through those rose-colored glasses, and a lot of things you see, you don't acknowledge them for what they are, or if you do, you're like, okay, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt or whatever, because you feel the way you feel. But I feel like Spirit is saying, with this card, this person is going to teach you to not ignore those red flags, to be confident and be, feel safe to come forward and let your person know whatever is grieving you. But it's also about doing it with tact, doing it in the proper manner, and there being mutual respect between the both of you, no matter what it is you talk about. Okay. All right. So we also have the 8 of Wands and the 6 of Swords. So I feel like this connection with this person is going to teach you about communication, about the fact that it's okay to come into a relationship with somebody and, need the things you need, want the things you want from them. Because remember, I've told y'all this a lot. I feel like people have tried to make you feel like the things that you required to be okay, they tried to make you feel needy and feel like it was a dirty thing for you to ask for the things you wanted, or to look down on you. But I feel like that was a reflection of them, because it showed that was where they fell short, because they weren't unable to meet your needs. They wanted to put it back on you, project it back on you, and say that, no, it's because you want too much, or you need too much, or so on and so forth. And I don't feel like that's that's what was really going on. I feel like this person, or these people in the past, they just couldn't do it. That was just where they fell short. They just weren't on your level as far as being able to meet your needs, and they tried to punish you for it, especially the last person you were with. So with this 8 of Wands, I feel like this person is coming into your life to teach you that it's okay. It's a safe space, right? We got comfort, the emotional safety, right? Comfortability. There's another card in this deck that says comfortability. And I feel like that's what this relationship is all about, to teach you that it is safe for you to come in and ask for what you want, to know what it is you deserve, and stand, because the right person is going to give you, Aries, exactly what it is that you want. They're not going to try to make you feel bad because of whatever their shortcomings are. This is somebody who will rise to the occasion, is what I hear, when you come to them with a need. And even if it's something that at first they may, question whether or not they can meet it, they will rise to the occasion, because that's how important you and this relationship are to them. Okay. Then we've got the 6 of Swords coming here. This is again, this can talk about healing. This person is also going to, teach you how to let go of old shit and move forward. Okay. The both of you are going to teach each other certain things, like how to heal and stuff like that, because I feel like you may have your certain way of doing things. This person has their certain way of doing things, and you're both going to rub off on each other in a good way. I don't know what is up with this energy. Okay, let's clarify. Yeah, see, there's going to be a gradual, okay, working, a gradual work on bettering this connection. The two of you are going to, you know, work on it and get it together. Continually work and make it better. This person is focusing on their fears so that, you know, they can get rid of those fears in time for the two of you to come together. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of chemistry between the two of you, a lot of attraction, a lot of spark, a lot of passion. It's coming from your person's side. And then like this card shows up all the time. It's so funny. This person is cute. This is going to be someone that either wants to be courted by you or wants to court you, okay? Like I said, ignore that toxicity word on there because that's not what this card can talk about toxicity, but I feel like it's when it's in a toxic relationship. This is not a toxic relationship. So this person going to pursue you. They're going to be very, you know, resilient, and you know, they feel like you're worth it in order to you know, bring about what it is you both want to have in this connection. Okay. So we got make a move here, okay? This fell upside down, and I feel like the reason why it fell reversed is because, let's read it first. It says, swipe, speak, show up, whatever your move is, now is the time to make it. Waiting won't align you, action will. So this fell reversed because I feel like Spirit is telling you you're going to learn what it is to truly be receptive to someone, okay? Because, you know, most of you are divine feminines, right? So divine feminine energy is not masculine energy. Masculine energy is the one that chases, that pursues, that does all these things. Feminine energy receives. It sits and it receives. And I feel like that's what Spirit is saying, that a lot of us, and it's me included, need to learn how to sit down and let a man be a man and we be, you know, the woman we're supposed to be. Switch it and make it fit, guys, okay? Because this is not just I'm not just talking to the females. It's the same thing for you. You know, you may have been in situations where you've had females that tried to play the masculine role, and that's what happens in relationships. If one person is masculine, it automatically throws the other person into the feminine the feminine role. Not necessarily meaning that you're feminine. I'm saying that life is about balance, okay? So, like for instance, a lot of the guys in the past that I was with, I was the masculine role and they were in the feminine, okay? But now this is about us learning how to be in our proper roles, right? Because I don't want to be, let me say it like this. I don't want to be in the masculine role. I'm not a man, okay? I'm not saying that you can't be a feminine and be in masculine energy. Not saying that, okay? Because there are areas where I have to be masculine. Like in this with my career, I have to be masculine because I have to go out and get what it is I want. I can't just sit and be receptive and just expect everything to come in. Okay. And that's what everybody has to sit in masculine energy when they're going out, you know, they're, chasing their dreams, doing what they need to do to, you know, make certain things work or trying to be proactive in their career. Okay. But I feel like this is what Spirit is saying with this card, is that a lot of us were in the masculine energy. Okay. In relationships, and we need to be in the feminine energy and let the men be in the masculine energy, because we shouldn't be out there chasing a man. That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to come at us. He's supposed to court us. He's supposed to do all these things or whatever. Okay, because I'm telling you, this is what Spirit is telling you about this particular situation. That is why you seeing you waiting, right? And you waiting, and this person, y'all are coming to me and asking me in the comments, right? What am I supposed to be doing? And I'm like, you're not, because I actually had somebody specifically ask me in the comment section. You know, they were saying it's all these people that I like, but yet I'm sitting and I'm waiting for my person to show up, but I want to come, and I'm like, you can do what you want to do, because I told you, you have free will at the end of the day. You do whatever you want to do, but I'm telling you what I'm getting. Spirit is saying, because this is going to be let me tell you this. This might piss some of y'all off, but I'm going to be honest, because you know I'm always going to tell you the truth, right? In this relationship, everybody's going to be playing their fucking proper roles. Okay? That's what we talking about here. Because you know, every time I do a new love reading, some new shit come out, right? this gonna be everybody playing their proper roles. Like I said, you may be masculine as hell when it comes to you working and doing your work and stuff like that. But when it comes to this situation, you're gonna be in your feminine energy. Your person is gonna be in the masculine energy. If that is, you know what I'm saying, if you're female and your person is male, okay? When it's same gender, it's who, I guess, whoever's supposed to be the masculine, whoever's supposed to, it's the person. But like I said, all of y'all that are watching this, you're in your feminine energy. The soulmate that is coming towards you, you waiting on your soulmate, or your soulmate is here. They're gonna be the ones in the masculine energy, where even if it's the same gender. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because, and it's not a thing of, because let me say this, I used to be that type of person where I was like, oh, I'm not. You know, when the Bible talks about submission and all that kind of stuff, I used to be like, fuck submitting, this and that, blah, 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 blah. I used to be like that, right? But this is what you got to understand and hear what I'm saying. Listen to me. Don't just hear one word I say or one sentence I say and then cut it off. Listen to what I'm saying. The reason why I'm telling you this, okay, is because this person that's coming into your life, females, okay, this is a boss. I keep telling you, this is a top shelf person. This is somebody who is used to leading. They are in the masculine energy. And in these relationships that we are talking about here, they're going to be in the masculine role. You're going to be expected to be in the feminine role and receiving. And I'm not saying you going to just throw up your hands and then you have no control in the relationship. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the way this dynamic is going to go, you going to want to be in the feminine energy and allow this person to be in the masculine energy. I don't know how to properly explain this to you. It's like, it's something energetically, and it's also something with the soul recognition or something like that. Because I told you, I used to be like that. Well, what did they talk about? This, that, this, that. But I get what spirit is saying. I get what spirit, like I said, when you get into energy, you get around the person, the two of y'all come together, you've been together for a while, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Let me just leave it like that. Okay, let's move on. So the next placement we're going to take a look at is, it says an accurate portrayal of their personality. So let's pull the cards. Let's see what it is. All right. Okay, so we've got the Empress showing up here, Taurus Libra energy, 5 of Pentacles, and we have the Strength card. Okay, this is Leo energy. So what this is telling me is that this is somebody who is a divine counterpart, okay? This is someone who is in touch. I feel like that's why this is coming up. They are in touch with, or learning to be more in touch with their softer side, emotional, okay? Because this person is going to be able to come in and be emotional with you, be open with how they feel, all these types of things, okay? With the 5 of Pentacles, this person is someone with whom they are coming out of any type of mentality that has to do with lack, being left out in the cold, being mistreated, the traumatic experiences, all of those things. They've experienced it, but they're learning from it and they're moving out of that, okay? Because with the Strength card, this is about them, you know, learning to be more courageous. Because remember, we had the Fear card here, okay? This person is recovering from the things that they went through, just like you are, okay? And I feel like whatever happened to them in the past connections is strengthening them even more. I don't know what is going on. Excuse me, y'all. Strengthening them even more and making them, you know, more courageous, more strong, more of these things. Because they, like I said, they're stepping into that divine masculine energy in order to be able to lead you in this connection, okay? And like I said, it's going to be different for all of you. It's going to be in a way that both of you agree on. It's not going to be a thing of they're going to come in trying to strong arm you or abuse you or anything like that. That's not what I mean, okay? This is going to be someone who is going to be in the masculine or in the feminine energy, guys, in the proper way, in a way to where the two of you can work together to accomplish whatever it is you need to accomplish, okay? They're not going to try to stop you from stepping into the masculine energy when it's time, because I told you there are areas of your life where you got to do that, because you're pursuing, you're going after things, you're doing certain things in certain areas of your life where you have to command that. But it's like when you come home and they come home, you go be like, you can have it. You know what I'm saying? You can have it, because, and what I mean by that is this person is going to inspire that in you. It's not going to be a thing of where they're forcing you or you feel like you got to, because Spirit said it's not that. It's because this person is so impressive. They're so top shelf. They're so all of these things, okay? Because they show up in the Emperor Empress energy. They're showing up as like the best qualities of all the kings, the best qualities of all the queens. So it's gonna be somebody, you know, those people where, oh, like I'm trying to think of somebody like Martin Luther King, or let me give another example. JFK. Think about how likable those two figures were, and how people wanted to follow them and wanted to allow them to lead because of the way they inspired people. That's what I mean. That type of energy. Not a thing where, oh, well, I'm in charge now and you gotta sit down and you gotta do this. No, not that type of stuff, because I don't respond well to no shit like that neither. Okay, that's why I have my own business, because I don't like that neither. But I'm saying they're gonna step in, they're gonna have you or inspire you with the way that they move, and it's gonna create that level of trust and confidence in them to where you're okay with letting them have the reins. Okay, so we've got this person admiring your beauty here, and then we have shattered chaos showing up here. So I feel like this person, like I said, they're gonna show up and completely and totally change your world for the better. Okay. Okay, so here's your twin. So we got the lingering X here. It says whether they're still talking or just secretly hoping, and an X is impacting how this connection is unfolding. Okay. Then we have false connection. The bond may be karmic, temporary, or just meant to teach. Either way, it's not what it appeared to be. Both of these is about them. And the reason why I'm reading this is because in this situation with this person, when this other person comes back, you are going to need someone that is in that type of energy to get in this motherfucker ass and let them be fucking gone. Okay? To let them know that, no, I'm not sitting around, waiting on you, or you're not going to be able to come in here and mess with my woman and mess with my man. That type of thing. They're going to provide, like, show up with you in a united front in this situation to get this person to get the fuck on. Okay? All right. Let me get some more cards. Okay, why this Spirit? Okay, so I feel like this twin is going to show up around fall. That's why I say, and that Spirit is telling you the answer. Your answer should be no. I'm laughing at that. That is funny. Okay, hold on. Yeah, because they're going to be trying to, get involved in that connection. That's why the pause card was here. But your person is going through an awakening. They're realizing a lot of things about themselves and about life in general, and how they were moving and the people, that they had in their life. Okay. This person thinks a lot about you. They're missing you, craving you, desiring you. And we got the running card, ghosting, disappearing, invisible. This is your twin. Okay. Okay. So this new person is longing for you, Aries. It says craving, aching, wanting. Okay. So that's why I tell y'all, it's not one-sided. This person is wanting to be with you just as much as you're wanting to be with them, but it has to happen at the proper time. Okay. Next question we're going to take a look at represents the driving force of this person's intentions with you. Okay. Ooh, the card's just falling. Okay. This person wants to help you heal your heart with the Three of Swords. I think that is beautiful. Okay. Ace of Cups. They're wanting to have this brand new connection with you. All right. Or a past life connection coming back, because it can talk about a rekindled romance as well from a past life. And then the Judgment card, they want to help you. They want to have a second chance with you, and you have a second chance with them. That's their driving force. Their driving intention is for the two of you to be able to start over and have a beautiful connection with each other. Because I don't feel like either one of you have. Okay. Yep, I don't know why they done started showing up in here. Okay, we got distant, going separate ways, and scoring ex lover. That's your twin. Okay, let me pull some more. Okay. Holding on to past karma, past grudges. That's your twin. And then break up, make up. That's your twin. Okay, so this is about, for you, that good old fashioned love. That's the type of connection this is going to be. Okay. Where you and this person got nothing but a beautiful love relationship with each other. Okay. And then we've got received here. Let me see what they received. This person is receiving the information they need to get from spirit, and they're purging the things that are no longer serving them. Okay. And see, this is about the two of you coming together in an aligned future. It says the connection feels solid because you're both facing the same direction. This is a partnership with purpose. This is somebody who's going to come together with you and only want to work with you, not work against you like you've had people work against you and your person has too in the past, okay? This card comes up all the time. This person, family. They want family, like I said, whether it's combined family, whether the two of you have your own children, or it's a little bit of both, or you coming together to birth a company or something like that. Okay. This twin just keeps showing up. Okay. Move over. Okay. And this person has a lot of infatuation, adoration for you. All right. Okay. Next, placement we're going to take a look at represents how does this person truly feel about you. Ooh. Okay, we got 4 cards that fell. We have the 4 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, and the 2 of Cups. Okay. This person feels like they had a missed opportunity in the past. Okay. And with the 4 of Pentacles, they were in connections where, people held on tightly, where there was possessiveness. This can also speak of just holding back emotionally. Okay. And so with this situation, this is saying that this person, that's the past. That's what they've come from. But now they have a strong connection, mutual attraction with you. And with the 10 of Pentacles, they want to have love, money, legacy, the whole 9 yards. What I always tell you, like I said, I love this card better than the 10 of Cups because it's not just about love. It's the love, the money, all of it together, like you flourishing in every area of your life. Okay. So this person sees you as someone with whom they can have it all, basically. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. See, yeah, this person was in connections with people where they were cheated on, just like a lot of you were. Okay. It says, once a cheater, history has a habit of repeating itself. When accountability is missing, cheating isn't just a mistake. It's a pattern until it's healed. Okay. So they don't want to have to deal with none of that bullshit anymore. And then, fifth dimension, I tell y'all all the time, you're already together in the 5D. It's just a matter of when it decides to show up here in the 3D, when it went in divine timing. And the two of you are mirroring each other, as always. Okay, so we got bottled emotions showing up on your side. So Spirit is telling you this is something that needs to be dealt with. Okay, you can't, if this is you, okay? No bottling up of emotions. You gotta heal whatever it is, kill the anger, whatever this is that's making you bottle up these emotions so that you can be ready for this connection. All right, let me get one more for your side. And then here you're mirroring each other because there's the Two of Cups there. The Two of Cups is here too. Hold on. It's here. So it's showing up on both sides. Okay. Again, strong connection, mutual attraction between two. And it's a soulmate card too. So it's spirit just saying that the both of you are soulmates and that, you know, this is basically a beautiful connection. Okay. So let me get this. See, commitment, marriage, promises, fidelity. I told you this ain't gonna be somebody out in the fucking street. Okay. This is gonna be somebody that's got your back to the end of time. If that's what the both of you decide, that's what you both want. All right. So the next placement we're going to take a look at represents a card to describe some cards to let's try it again. Some cards to describe your relationship in the near future. Whew. Okay. We've got Five of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords, and we have the Eight of Pentacles. So okay, this Five of Wands is showing up because this is going to be the competition. I told you, when you come together with your person, fuckers from the past are going to come out of the woodwork. It ain't just going to be the last two people y'all were with, okay? Your ex and your person's ex. This is going to be other people coming out as well. And from what I'm hearing in the comments, this is already happening for a lot of you, okay? Even without the soulmate showing up yet, okay? So you're going to have a lot of people coming out wanting to try to test the fucking connection because they see you in something, they see you happy because then you like, you know, where the fuck was you when I was by myself? Not that you want to get back together with these people, but I'm telling you, I'm sure that's the question you asking yourself. Where the fuck was you when I was single, right? So you know that they ain't about shit if they waiting until now to come to try to want to you know, mess up some stuff because they see you in a connection and they see you, you know, they see you happy. Then we got the Knight of Swords here. This is talking about, you know, impulsivity. It's air sign or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, okay? So I feel like this is spirit saying, you know, this person and you are going to show up in each other's lives. It's going to come in out of nowhere. But this is also about putting an end to just impulsive stuff where people don't think about things. That's what I feel like this is talking about with outside people. Like the people that you've dealt with in the past, they didn't think about nothing. They just had whatever their agenda was and they came, you know, busting up in your life, you know, with all this big energy, all this shit they couldn't sustain. So I feel like spirit is telling you that there's going to, you know, this relationship is going to put an end to this. Okay. But then with the Eight of Pentacles, you and this person are going to put in the work to build the type of concrete long-term relationship that you both, you know, deserve and desire. Okay, let's clarify. Ooh, hold on. No. Travel partner. It says you found someone who travels at your pace, literally or figuratively, okay? It says there's harmony in the way you navigate the world together, okay? Then we have unspoken feelings. It says you're not imagining the undercurrent. There's an emotional charge here that no one's fully naming yet, all right? So like I told you, for a lot of you, this is going to start out as a friendship, as the two of you taking your time to get to know each other, and then it's going to grow and morph into what it's supposed to, okay? But slowly, okay? Then it says, same mistake, different face, same emotional fallout. Until you choose differently, you'll keep attracting the same script. So this person, you and this person together are going to learn how to, you know, learn from your mistakes and not make them again, okay? And then we've got ride or die. It says this is about unwavering loyalty, the kind that stays through thick and thin. You've got a ride or die by your side. Cherish and defend them fiercely. So like I told you, this person, when you get mad and you be like, F you, I'm gone. They going to be like, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. We going to work this shit out. It's going to be that type of person, okay? There's not going to be, you know, willing to let you go. What's the name of that show back in the day? You know, the show with Sherman Hemsley. You know, it was the black show. Sherman Hemsley and his daughter was married to ended up marrying she was in love with him, had been in love with him for a long time, and they ended up getting married. And she loved the hell out of that damn man. That it's gonna be like that where when y'all get into it and argue and stuff like that, they're gonna be like, you ain't going nowhere. We're gonna work this shit out because you the one. And I'm the one for you. And ain't nobody going nowhere. It's going to be that type of thing where you know that you can be yourself. You can be safe. Look, no cuffed and controlling lover like you had in the past. Okay, we're throwing that to the side because you know who that is. Okay, they keep trying. They damn hardest to come out in this read. Okay, so your person is going to be a businessman or woman. They're coming in to provide stability. Okay, and then we also have butterfly feelings when I'm with you. This is how you're going to feel with this person. This person's going to make you feel giddy. Going to make you feel like you on top of the damn world. Okay, or that song. What is that song? I don't know who sing that song. It says, I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa, I'm walking on sunshine. That song. See, y'all got me singing on this damn thing. Ugh. Okay, so this person knows that you are their divine counterpart, okay? And they willing to go to bat, have your back, do whatever is necessary for the two of you to stay together, be together and stay together. I'm looking at these cards that fell on the floor. They just fell off the top of the deck, but okay. So see, I keep telling you, some of y'all, like I said, it's not everybody. Your person's coming back with an apology. Whoever it was, where you and this person came together and it didn't gel the first time, I told you they coming back. I keep telling you this is the type of person where they just not going to just let it go. They just not going to let it lie. This is somebody that, you know, is willing to do whatever it takes for the longevity to be together forever. And that's what has to happen, okay? Whatever happened between the two of y'all, they are very upset about it, okay? And they feel the loss. And they were grieving the two of you being apart. And now they coming back to fix it, okay? This is not about whoever the fuck was in the past. We're not talking about this person. We talking about the soulmate for some of you had a false start with this person. And they coming back to fix it, okay? All right. Okay. Now, the last thing we're going to take a look at, last placement, is a message from your person's higher self to you. So let's see what they want to tell you. See what cards. They got me kind of skipping. All right, they want to tell you they love you. Okay. It says, my love for you is infinite. We are bonded and in eternal love that is beyond space and time. Close your eyes and reach into this infinity. Know that it is real. I really want to reach out and tell you how I feel. The love I have for you in my heart, nothing can compare with anything. Remember always, my love, that I love you. Okay. Let's see what else. Got another message. Okay. Communication. They say they want to talk to you and feel you close to them. They want to reach out to you. Please be open to receiving communication from me soon. Your response will encourage me greatly, and I'll be waiting to hear back from you. Okay. And there was actually a card, that one of them cards that fell off the top of this thing. It says unsent text. So this person, for some of you, it says a message was typed with intention, then deleted out of fear. The silence says more than the words would have. So for some of you, whoever it is, like I said, where you had this falling out with this person, but it could also be the new person when they getting ready to come in, you know, they getting it together. They building up the courage, right? Because I told you, this person puts you on a pedestal and they know that you're the one. And think about that, because I know y'all feel the same way. At times you feel nervous because you like, oh, Spirit's telling me it's the person I'm supposed to be with or whatever. You're going to feel like that. That's normal. It's not corny. It's not fucked up. It's not negative. That's a positive thing. That means somebody really give a fuck about you. If they feeling intimidated and they wanting to be with you and not knowing what to do or how to do it and so on and so forth. Okay. All right. Okay. So let me get these. Let's get some messages from Spirit. I got some other cards that I want to see what they want, what it's going to say. Okay. So we have denial, the first card. It says, what truth about yourself are you avoiding that could be interfering with your openness to love? These are the questions, some of the questions you need to be asking yourself, okay, in preparation for this connection to come together with this person, okay? Then we have the lessons card. It says, there are still lessons I have to learn before I can be ready to be with you. So this is one of the reasons why this person isn't in your life yet, for those of you where they're not there. Then we have, hold on, partner. Okay, it says, with our combined skill sets, we're going to make an amazing team. Okay, these the cards I should have asked, I should have gave to get the message from your person. Hold on. Okay, let's get some more messages from Spirit. Okay, we have open doors. It says you have many options, so take your time to choose what's right. Remember, I told you, some of you is not going to just be the ex and this new person. You're going to have other people coming towards you, because when you start to love on yourself and you shine bright like a diamond, baby, they be coming in and out. They be coming out the fucking woodwork, okay? Like I told you, you're going to have people coming back from your past trying to get with you, especially, it's something about when you about to step into something new with somebody else. I don't know if it is something that happens in your energy or whatever, but it's like the people just be coming out of the damn woodwork, okay? Then we've got walking unscathed. It says you were fortunate, a trap was laid, but your wisdom kept you from falling into it, okay? You know what that is. I feel like it's the second go around with this person, with this twin, because I told you, if you choose to go through that with them again, it's gonna be the same old shit. Okay, same old shit, different day. Then we got wish granted. It says the outcome may not be exactly what you want, but it's what you need. This is what we were talking about last week when I was telling a lot of the signs. I don't know if I told y'all. You got to get rid of that list saying if they're this sign, or if they do this, or if you know, if they that, or they look like this, because this is Spirit's pick. You picked, and your picker's fucked up. I'm just gonna be honest. I can be honest with y'all like this, because I know y'all ain't gonna take it. Y'all ain't gonna take it like that. Y'all love bluntness. So your picker is fucked up. My picker was fucked up too. That's why Spirit had to. I mean, I'm talking to everybody. I ain't talking about just you, Aries, and just me. I'm talking about all 12 signs. The picker's fucked up. Because if the picker wasn't fucked up, you'd be with your person right now. You wouldn't even know who the fuck I was. I tell you that all the time, right? So I'm saying all of this to say, just give it a chance. At the end of the day, you can always walk away from something that you don't feel is right for you. But give it a chance and and see what Spirit got going on. Because Spirit a lot of times knows you better than you know yourself. I've told you stories about how I read cards for myself, and Spirit will put some stuff out, and I'll be like, what are you talking about? Like they'll say, like I'm upset or I'm angry or something, and I'm like, what do you mean, right? I'm like, cause I'm laughing, I'm in a good mood, and then few days later, the exact shit they put on that fucking on this damn table ends up happening. So they've done it so many damn times till I don't even question it anymore, cause I know they got my back. I know, like I told you, Spirit can see the whole fucking board. We can only see whatever chapter we're in, whatever level we're on. Let's equate it to a video game. Whatever level we're on, that's all we can see. And wherever we are within that level, we can't even see the entire level. But Spirit can see the whole damn game, the whole damn board, the whole situation. That's why I said you got to trust them. These are the people that were assigned to you before you even came over here. And some of these people, these people that are your spiritual team, you know these people. These are people that you trust, that you put in these positions to guide you through this life. So show them that you trust them by allowing this to play out. Allowing this to play out, and let what is supposed to happen. And like I said, you have free will at the end of the day. Okay? All right, let's get some more messages from your person. Okay, so we've got, you are truly my dream come true. Okay. We are finally coming into union. I want to have a family with you. That's reiterating that family card showing up again. This will be an amazing story to tell. Why did I throw that over there? Okay, let me get some of these. Let me get the blue ones. That's what I want. Okay, we have true love is hard to find, but I found it with you. What's it say? I need more time to heal and love myself. So that's what I'm telling you. It's because you both got to be right. Because like I told you, this is not a regular relationship where you can just come in there any kind of way and you just wing it. It's not that type of thing. That's why I'll explain all these things that I've explained to you throughout this reading, okay? Then we've got babe, I love you, and I want to be with you, okay? All right. Let's get these the romance fairy. I think it's romantic fairy cards and see what else Spirit wants to tell you before I let you go. So we've got rendezvous, okay? It says a private getaway for two is calling you. It's going to be you and your person. Y'all going to be traveling, doing all kinds of stuff together. Natural evolution. See? This is what I've been talking about. Natural evolution. Let the situation unfold naturally, okay? Signs and clues. The universe is talking to you. And then bonding. It says, as you get to know each other, you discover many things in common, okay? All right, Aries, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Aries. Hi, Aries. Welcome back to Lee's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look further into new love by doing another spread. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so this is a soulmate tarot card spread, okay? All right, so the first question is, how does this person indicate that they're an extension of Aries? Okay. All right, let me start off first with the overall energy. So the overall energy for this week's reading is the Knight of Wands. This is a fire sign. Hold on. Okay, a fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This can talk about, you know, wanting to take a risk when it comes to love, okay? Underneath this is the Ace of Wands. This talks about a lot of passion between you and this person, okay? A fresh new start in love, a passionate fresh new start in love. Then we have the Knight of Cups under here. This is a water sign or someone with a lot of water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The reason why this Knight is showing up, it is talking about both you and your person, wearing your heart on your sleeve, coming forward and laying all your cards out on the table, letting each other know exactly how you feel, what it is you want out of a relationship, okay? Then we've got the Ten of Swords showing up here. 10 swords to the back. Both of you got 10 swords to the back with this 10 of swords, okay? And this is just talking about betrayal. It can be cheating, you know, a lot of different things showing up here, okay? Underneath this is the Justice card, Libra energy, which talks about balance, karmic justice, like you getting your just desserts or your dharma, your positive karma, and, you know, so on and so forth. Both of you and your I was about to say your friend, both you and your soulmate getting your dharma for, you know, trying to treat people right and trying to be right in relationships, even though you got mistreated, okay? And then underneath this is the Ace of Pentacles, which again is talking about, you know, a fresh new start in love with something stable, committed, long-term, grounded, all of those things, all right? I could keep going. We could go through the whole deck. Okay, so we're going to start by clarifying this Knight of Wands, okay? Okay. Oh, wait, this goes over here. That's their deck. It's not yours. I'm all mixed up. Okay. So you and this person are going to be planning a lot of romantic dates together, okay? Underneath it, I mean, we also have secret admirers showing up here. It says there's someone in your orbit who's totally into you, but they haven't found the nerve to make a move. So for some of you, your person hasn't shown up yet, okay? I feel like in the readings, what has been happening lately, Aries, is that we're focusing not only on, you know, people who have already come together with their soulmate, but also those of you who have not met their soulmate yet, or, you know, you may have an inkling of who it is, but, you know, and Spirit is just letting you know what's going on with them, okay? So it's going to be, it's like kind of like back and forth between those two things. Okay. Then we have soul recognition. This is about both of you recognizing each other on a soul level and on an energetic level when you meet each other. And then the pause card. This can talk about delays, all right? Okay, let me pull from this side, because that deck I used on your side was supposed to be for your person. Okay, we've got cloudy judgment coming up on your person's side. It says illusions, unbalanced, distorted, okay? And then withdrawn. It says single, lonely, solitary. So this could be just getting to the point, because this has been a long time for some of y'all. Some of y'all, it's been fucking years that you've been out of the situation, you know, with this twin, and you are now trying to, you know, attract or manifest your soulmate, okay? And it just could be a thing, you know. This could also be your person feeling like this after those 10 swords to the back. They could still be what I call it, a bitter Betty, male or female, don't matter, no gender in tarot. I call them a bitter Betty, like somebody who is afraid to love because they have not fully healed themselves. That's what I feel like, why this is showing up like this, okay? So this person, I feel like deep down inside, really wants to be in a relationship with someone, but they're not 100% fully ready yet. That's why I tell y'all, those of you that are asking where your person is, why they're not here yet, it's because, you know, like I told you, healing takes time. It's not a thing, Aries, where, you know, I wish it could be. I wish it was like, you know how they say love is not like a faucet where you can't just turn it on, turn it off. Sometimes I wish we could fucking do that. I feel like the world, life would be a whole lot easier if we could do that sometimes. Because I feel like with some people you deal with, Aries, you just need to turn that fucking faucet off and keep it moving, right? I hear, you know what I hear? This old song, CeCe Peniston. And she said, you can just go, walk on, keep on. That's what I'm hearing. That's what Spirit is playing in my mind. But anyway, the reason why I'm talking about this is that, like I said, I feel like they may still be in, some of your people may still be in the jaded stage, because, you know, when you're healing, I tell you this all the time, healing is not a straight line. It's just like success. There's an infographic. I need to find that infographic because I talk about it all the time, and I need to find it. I'm going to see if I can find it, and if I can find it, I'm gonna put it in this video if I can find it before I put the video up. But there's an infographic that talks about success. And it says, you know, it shows a picture of a straight line. It said, this is where everybody thinks success is, right? And it just shows the straight line going from one end of the picture to the other. Then there's another one that says, this is where success really is. And it's like this. It's like a little kid took a pen and just scribbled all over the thing, like circles and this and that. And it's like, you know, 10 steps forward, 20 steps back, all this type of thing. And I feel like healing is the same thing, because you would think some days that you have gotten over something or something somebody did to you, and some shit will fucking trigger your ass, and you'll be like, that motherfucker. That's how you be. And so that's why I say sometimes, I know you got to learn your lessons, right, Aries? But sometimes I just wish I could just turn that damn faucet off. That's where I feel. Anyway, so this person, I feel like that's what's happening. I feel like they have good days and bad days, okay? They have the days where they, you know, straight shooter is good. You know, they getting somewhere when it comes to healing. And then I feel like this week, we're catching them where they having a valley, okay? They've gone from the peak to the valley. And you know, they feeling single, lonely, alone, withdrawn, and, you know, unbalanced, all of these things, okay? So it just goes to show your person, your soulmate is a person too, and they go through things just like everybody else. Even though I tell y'all all the time, this person is a top shelf person, you know, at the end of the day, everybody's, you know, human, and we all doing the best we can, okay? All right, let's move on. Okay, so we got fifth dimension. You and this person are together in the fifth dimension, okay? That's why they always say, where, you know, when they tell you, you know, manifesting, and how they tell you to assume, just to know that you and this person are together already, and to not act like there is separation, because separation is an illusion. It's true, because that's why with tarot card readings, I tell y'all, when I put out the older ones, I tell y'all it's timeless, meaning like 10 different people could watch one tarot card reading, right? Some people are gonna identify with the whole thing. They'll be going through the exact things I'm saying at the exact times I'm saying it, right? Some people, they went through this like 10 years ago, Other people, you know, they about to do that, or like they're at the very start of the reading, right? And it's spirit telling them the future, what is going to happen on their path. That's why, because all of this shit that we going through right now, all of it is happening at one time. So it's like you still with the twin going through the stuff you going through, you still, you know, healing, you still, you know, you and a soulmate are together. All of this stuff is happening at one time, and it's like you're jumping from timeline to timeline. I know it sounds crazy, but you got to understand that, especially as a reader, you have to understand that to know how to navigate these energies when they come up. Okay, so I just feel like I said, with your person, they're just having one of them days, I guess, or one of them weeks, whatever you want to call it. They, like I said, bitter Betty. That's what I call it. Okay, so yeah, this person is, you know, is your divine masculine. They're stepping into their divine masculine energy, right? They could have tattoos, because I see the tattoos on this. I'm drawn to that. Okay. And they could, their hair could be like closely shaven if it's a guy. It could be women. Some women wear their hair like that as well. But whoever it is, you know, these are the things that I'm being drawn to. So for some of y'all, that could possibly or potentially describe certain attributes of your person. Okay. All right. Let's move forward. Okay. So the first placement we're going to take a look at talks about, it says soul split. It says, how does this person indicate that they're an extension of me? So we've got the Five of Pentacles showing up here. The reason why you know this person is an extension of you, Spirit is telling you, because you both been through the same shit. You both been dragged through the mud. You both been traumatized. You both been through the wrong thing. So let me, I mean, you know, not necessarily bad things, but well, yeah, it is. You know, you've been through shitty circumstances. You've been through traumatic experiences, both of you. Okay. So with this Five of Pentacles, I know it's fucked up for this card to come up, right? And this be the thing that, you know, is one of the similarities between you. But I feel like, you know, you have to look at it in a positive way, okay? You've both been through the trauma, but it's a good thing, because in order for you, I tell you this all the time, right? In order for you to truly understand what someone else has gone through, and for them to understand what you have gone through, you have to go through it, okay? And I firmly believe that me as a tarot card reader, that's why I've been through a lot of the shit that I've been through, because you notice when I talk to you about it, right? The things I talk to you about, what do I always tell you? I know exactly how you feel, because I've been through it too, right? Because I used to be upset when I was younger, and all the things that I've been through, and I'd be like, why the fuck am I going through this stuff? Why is this life so hard? So trust me, I know, because I've been there. And it's because I realize now, you know, like they say, hindsight is 20/20. I realize now I had to go through these things. Otherwise, I would not be able to identify with y'all and your plight and the things that you go through. Okay. So it's the same thing with this person. Spirit is bringing you, just like they brought you a reader, and y'all, and you were brought to me, people with, you know, where we understand each other. It's the same thing with this. You have somebody being brought into your world, and they're being brought, you know, and you're being brought into theirs, where you've been through the same thing. You can commiserate, because you know how you'll talk to people sometimes, and you be trying to get them to understand what the fuck you talking about, especially with the twin flame shit. And if they ain't never been through it, they don't have a twin flame, they don't even know what the fuck it is. They looking at you like you crazy when you start to explain certain things where, you know, we can talk to each other, and I have dreams about this person, and they probably looking at you like, what the fuck is this person talking about? So that's why I tell y'all, be here on this channel, be here, y'all be here together, because this is your community, right? That's why I'm in the comments like I am with y'all, and that is why I don't tolerate no bullshit in them comments, because you going through some shit, okay? I would never sit here and trivialize what you've gone through and tell you that you ain't going through nothing, because that I would be lying, okay? Because I know how I felt, I know how difficult it was, and I know a lot of times y'all question what the fuck is going on, what kind of roller coaster ride did I get on, and can I get the fuck off? I get it, trust me, we are here when it comes to that. But I'm saying all of this to say that there's a method to Spirit's madness, okay? You went through these things, you signed up for this, you know, we're in it. We have this community here for you, okay? all of y'all are going through, you know, the same thing. I call y'all my old heads, the people that ride with me, that be here with me every week, that been here. It's some people that been here with me from 2020 when I first started this channel, okay? And so this is what I want this to be, a community for everybody to help each other. Like if you, because I see y'all talking to each other in the comments and stuff like that, and it make me feel good. It makes me proud, because like I said, you need to have, when you're going through crazy shit like this, you need to have a place. You need to have a soft space. Until your soft space comes, you need to have a soft space where you can come in, you can talk about what you need to talk about and not be made to feel like you're some type of circus freak because you're going through something that nobody knows anything about because they haven't gone through it, okay? So that's why I am the way that I am when it comes to the comments, and I be getting pissed because I'm like, no, you ain't gonna be, because if you ain't gonna, I ain't gonna let you talk to me crazy, and I damn sure ain't gonna let you talk to my subscribers crazy. We not doing that. If you, like I said, if you better, you need to get the fuck on, because we're not doing that type of shit here, okay? Like I said, I understand everybody had their bitter moments and stuff like that. I get it, but it shouldn't be this community will never, I will not allow it to be a situation where, you know, it's how you handle your bitterness. Let me say it like that. It's not going to be a situation to where you going to be allowed to come into this comment section of my videos and talk to any of my people crazy or whatever, because I'm not having that. Because if I ain't going to let you talk to me crazy, I damn sure ain't going to let them talk to you crazy. Okay? All right. So this is why this person is in your life, because in order for you to have the type of relationship you want, I feel like one of the things for you is that you need somebody to understand you, because we talked about this many times, Aries. I feel like a lot of you have gone through this life and you felt misunderstood. Look at the twin, like I said, this twin flame situation itself. I know a lot of y'all feel like, who the fuck can I talk to about this? Because I can't tell nobody the whole fucking thing, because they be like, what are you talking about? Because I'm telling you, I flat out heard people just say shit like, oh, that shit don't exist and this and this and that. And I'm like, you have no fucking clue. I'm sure there's all kinds of shit going on in this motherfucking world that some of us have no fucking clue about, right? So I can't sit there, you know, like when people with the conspiracy theorists and stuff like that, I can't even get mad at them people, because I don't know what they know, just like they don't know what the hell we know, okay? So that's one thing about being in this twin flame situation. What it has done to me, it has kind of turned everything on its ear for me. And I realize that if this goes on and not everybody experiences it, and not everybody understands what's happening, then imagine the motherfuckers that, to them, whatever is going on, and you know, they got people just like we have people trying to tell us, oh, that shit's not real. And I'm like, bitch, you don't know. Until you don't went through it, you don't know. How do you know? You know? So let's move on. So like I said, with the Five of Pentacles, you know, these are some of the things that tie you and this person together, okay? Like I said, there's soul recognition between the two of you. You've gone through things together. It's almost, like I said, so you can help each other to get through the healing portion, you know, stand in your power and know your worth. You know, you need that. You need that support, because this is a long and lonely road when you don't have no support and nobody to have your back, and you feel like you can't talk to nobody about this. Because that's why I tell y'all, if you need to go talk to your friends, just don't tell them all the supernatural stuff. Just don't tell them that part. Just tell them the other stuff, the stuff that they can identify with. If you know, really need to talk to somebody face to face, so you not being made to feel like you wrong or you crazy or anything like that. Okay? All right, let's clarify. Okay, so the stars are aligning for the two of you to come together. Like I said, it's just going to be in the time that it happens. Because let me tell you this. Think about how you felt when you was going through your shit, right? Think about how you felt when you was bitter after the shit happened. Those of you, especially those of you who have healed, right? When you went through this stuff, it took I'm sure a lot of you, it took a long time for you to get over this person, because some of you were with your people, your ex people, for years, and you got mistreated for years. And so it's like you get knocked down into some type of hole or something, and you have to dig yourself out, and it's not easy. And for some people, it takes a lot longer than it would take others. Everybody's journey is different. So knowing that, you just gotta understand that even though you and this person had the same experience or similar experiences, everybody's rate of healing is different. And then some people don't learn the first time. They got to go back and get 2 or 3 or 4 more helpings of the fucking trauma or the damn abuse before they realize that they can't fix it. Because, you know, some people are very optimistic, and they're like, hold on, I'm sorry, I got my nose. I told you when I channel, my nose starts running. Hold on one second. Okay, so some people are very optimistic, and they believe some of this stuff that society tells us about, oh, you know, if I just hang on in there, I can, you know, I can fix this, I can make it better or whatever. Or maybe because they've put in so much effort into the connection to try to make it work. You know, it's hard to let go of things when you put a lot of when you just put a lot of effort into it. Like with me with the channel, for instance, when the first time I tried to do this channel, right? Well, I did it, and I got it up to, like, I think it was like 13,000 subscribers or something like that. And then it's just like it just started to go haywire. It's like, it was like, because this like, when you have your own business, or you, like, anything you trying to do, anything you're trying to manifest, it's not just your own business. Anything in this life that you're trying to do has the number one thing you got to get together is your mindset. That's why I always tell you about it, right? So I'm gonna give you an example. My mindset was nothing like it is now, okay? I had been through all these things like y'all had, and I knew I loved tarot. I knew I wanted to read cards, and that's what that's why I was like, okay, we're gonna do this. Because like I said, I've been messing around with tarot cards like since I was a teenager, okay? So I'm telling you this because it's like I went through all of this, and I got it, and it started to take off, and I was like, oh my God, I was so excited, I was so happy. And my mindset, I didn't keep my mind. What I realized happened now, now I monitor my mindset like a motherfucker, but I didn't back then. So it was like, I would have days, like I said, I would have my peaks one day, and then I would have the valleys another day. Okay, so it would go like that. I would get it going for a little while, then it would drop down, and then it just got to the point to where I just couldn't sustain it anymore, because I didn't understand at that time that it was, solely, not solely, but the majority of it has to do, it's who you're being, who you're identifying as. And so if you want to be a success, you have to identify as a success. You can't identify as the old person you were and expect things to change, because that person, their mindset is completely different than the person you being now. So that's why I tell y'all that, dig in there and get that shit out, because if you don't, I told you, it runs on autopilot, and it's like you start doing shit and you see it happening, and it's like watching a car accident, right? Or watching yourself in a car, and you're about to get into an accident, but there's nothing you can do about it because this is on autopilot. So what you got to understand is, when that happened, I had to stop reading. I had to stop reading and go get a quote unquote regular job. And that was the horrible thing. That was the worst thing that I feel like, one of the worst things that ever happened to me, because I feel like I had a taste of the freedom. I had a taste of exactly what it is I wanted, and then the shit got snatched away because I didn't understand how important and how vital my mindset was, right? So I remember I got burned out. My hair was like down my back. I had long hair, and my hair fell out. It was like a big old mess. And I just remember feeling so defeated and feeling like a failure. And it took me a long time. I would come back and try to fix it. And then I would go back, you know, I'd be like, and then, you know, the time wasn't right. I would come back and go back and come back and go back. And I finally, this last time, after my grandmother passed away, rest her soul, I was just like, time waits for nobody, you know? If I want to do this channel, I just got to buckle down. I got to do whatever's necessary to make sure my mind is right. So it will turn out the way that I want it to, because I knew it wasn't because I wasn't talented. I knew it wasn't because I couldn't do it. It was because of shit in my head, things that I had experienced that I hadn't dealt with. I was letting that override everything that was going on. So that's why I'm telling you this, to tell you, you got to dig in there and get that shit out, because if you don't, it will wait to the exact moment when you like at your highest, and it will start to drag you down. Like I explained to some of y'all last week, there was a lady that talked to me in the comments about her and her person, and she was saying she got together with her soulmate, and then all of a sudden, all her shits that she hadn't healed started to rise to the fucking surface. And she walking around angry. She's angry at her soulmate. She said her soulmate hadn't done anything to her. But because she hadn't done certain things, it was, like I said, she was on autopilot. It's like I said, it's like you can't control it. That's why you have to get in there and get that shit out. That's why I'm telling you this. That's why I'm telling you to give you these examples to show you how your subconscious mind will do you, because it thinks it's protecting you, but it's the equivalent of a 5 to 7 year old child. And the things that it's doing, it thinks it's helping you, but really what it's doing is it's self-sabotaging you, because it's trying to keep you away from experiences that it thinks is going to hurt you, okay, because of things that happened before. So I had to do even more work when I came back this last time, because I had to make sure that my subconscious mind understands that this is not the problem, okay, that yes, we went through this before. Yes, you know, something happened that I didn't want to happen, and yes, I was traumatized by it. But I had to deal with that trauma to be able to come back here and sit down. I'm telling you, it was bad at one point, because I had to keep going at it. I had to keep on until I healed that whole experience, because it was just crazy, because it brings up all your stuff. And like I said, I know how it is. So that's why I'm telling you, keep working on yourself. You don't have to do 10 hours a day every day, even if it's only 30 minutes, whatever you can, you know, you have to prioritize yourself and your well-being. That's what I basically told somebody in the comments today. You have to prioritize yourself and your okayness, your wellness, because if you don't do it, you're not going to get the experience you want. You're not going to be able to manifest what it is you want, or if you can bring it in, you won't be able to sustain it, because in your mind is, even though you're experiencing something different, your mind is still trying to identify as the person who don't have it. And once it starts to do that and it locks in, whatever the fuck you're trying to bring in will go away. And I don't want that to happen to you, because I know how it felt for me with this. It's a crazy thing. It's like it'll dangle a carrot, and then your subconscious mind's like, you can't have that, and it's gone. So that's why I tell you to keep working on yourself, and don't be lazy. Don't you know, put it to the side and all this kind of stuff, because if you don't take care of you, who the hell else is going to take care of you? I mean, it's the truth. If you don't love yourself, who's going to love you? If you don't do the things you need to do for yourself, who's going to do it for you? Those are the questions you got to ask yourself, right? Okay, so here we go. So we got the breakup card showing up here. It says, whether it's official or emotional, a break has happened. What once held you together can no longer hold your growth. So it could be your person. Like I told you, what I just said, for some of you, this person may have gone back to this ex or whatever and tried to try it again or something. I don't know, because I'm getting this card, and it's like crazy, because Spirit is telling you the stars are aligning, or some of y'all may have just broken up with somebody, like, or your twin or some ex from the past may have come back, and you may have tried to try something again and ended up breaking up. I'm getting a lot of different things off of this card, okay? But this is about you stepping into the energy of what it is you're trying to manifest. So if you want to be that person that has this, you know, that's in this divine feminine energy, okay, with this new masculine, and you want to, you know, be happy with them, so on and so forth, you got to get this together. You have to get this together, okay? All right. Okay, let me pull another card for your soulmate. Okay, yeah. Forgiveness. So your person, you know, is working on forgiving, you know, people, but they're in that, what is looking like is they may be in that, you know, that jaded energy. Like I told you, bitter Betty, afraid to love. Look at on the bottom of the card on the bottom of the deck. It says karmic partner. It's third parties. So that's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, Spirit be showing me all this stuff. I'm getting hot now. Hold on. Spirit be showing me all these things, and I have to, you know, figure out what the hell is going on. So for some of you, this could be, you know, a new situation to where you were in a connection, where they were in a connection with somebody and they just got out of it, and they could be in the bitter Betty stage because of that. It could also be you may have just gotten out of something, because I have a lot of new people coming into the you know, as a part of the collective and coming into the channel. It could be that, all right? But whatever it is, you know, you just got to keep working on it. Or it could be, like I said, it could be a valley where you kind of, you know, backslid a little bit, and you got to bring yourself back up to where you were, all right? Okay, let's move on. Yeah, see, because we got conflicted showing up on your person's side. It says decisions, hot and cold, multiple choices. Like somebody's confused, shattered, heartbroken, destroyed by, you know, what, you know, the things that have gone on. So there's some healing that has to be done, and I feel like it's on both sides. It's not just your person, it's not just you, it's both of you. So it's kind of like you're mirroring each other, because I tell you that all the time, that you mirror this person. Okay, let's move on to the next placement. The next placement is soul complement. It says, how does this person amplify Aries or show Aries how to be better? Okay, so with communication here, manifestation, because the eight of wands can be about manifestation too, but also communication. This is about you and this person, or this person showing you how important communication is, and, you know, both of you being forthcoming with each other, both of you being honest with each other about how you feel, so on and so forth. And I don't feel like you have a problem with that, Aries. I feel like, you know, it just could be a situation, you know, where you just may have shut down because of the things that you experience, because that's the first thing people do. And it's you know, it's intuitive. This is what you do. You like, well, fuck, I can't, you know, if I can't get nobody to treat me right, then I'm not fucking opening myself up to nobody anymore. I get it. I get it. But you're headed towards a situation, and your person is, you're both headed towards each other, and there's going to have to be communication. There's going to have to be the two of you opening up if you want this connection to work, you know? So that's the y'all going through this jaded energy and this bitterness. You have to go through it and get through it in order to get to the other side, because that's where the rewards lie. Okay? All right. Let's clarify. Okay, when it comes to your person, we got the answer is no showing up here. Okay, because they need to take action. There's certain action they're going to need to take when the time comes. All right? Okay, then we have clinging. It says holding on, obsessing, spying. So they even though, you know, they may have had, you know, just gotten out of something with somebody. It could be a thing where they had a tower moment with this past person. It could be the person tried to come back and tried to get them back. And maybe for a hot minute they thought about it. I don't know. Because like I said, we are all humans. And, you know, when you invest a lot into something, sometimes, you know, you may think about it. But I feel like for the majority of you, your person knows who they want to be with. But I feel like, you know, the memories and the things that they went through with this other person, they've resurfaced, and they've got to work through them. That's what I feel like it is. Okay. All right. Let me pull some cards for you. Okay. So when it comes to you, we've got the chaos being shattered in this situation. And I feel like the reason why that's happening is because you got your soulmate coming. So it says someone unexpected could soon shift your perspective on love. You're not done discovering what your heart is capable of. So this person is going to come in and, like I said, completely change the way you used to think about love, or the way you currently think about it, if you don't have good thoughts about it. Okay. Then we've got the sharing space card. It says, whether it's moving in or feeling like home in each other's presence, you're aligning on a domestic level, okay? So some of you could be moving in together. This could talk about y'all occasionally, like spending the night with each other, things like that, okay? Playing house. Okay, so the next placement we're going to look at talks about, or next question, what's the lesson, okay? What is it you haven't learned so far? Let's pull the cards. Okay, so we've got the Six of Cups showing up here, and we have the Queen of Swords, all right? So this is talking about, with the Queen of Swords, it's an air sign or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So I feel like, what is it? It's saying, what haven't you learned? I feel like some of you with the Six of Cups, this could be talking about like you not completely learning from the past, because we had that breakup card show up here. And that could have to do with, you know, some stuff you may be holding on, some bitterness you may be holding on to, because we got the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords talks about somebody that's been through a hard knock life going through my head. Hard knock life, ooh, hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. That's what I hear in my head. So Spirit is saying somebody that's been through the school of hard knocks when it comes to love and other things as well. And it can talk about suppression, like suppressing those feelings instead of pulling them out and dealing with them, okay? You can't go into a relationship with somebody, Aries, and be afraid to love. I mean, you can do it, but the odds are against you if you're wanting to do that and you're not going to open yourself up, okay? So this whole situation is supposed to be about you and this new person learning how to love on a healthy level, or to, you know, getting the chance to love somebody who is going to love you back the same way, okay? And having a healthy relationship like that after being, you know, going through all the things that you've gone through, okay? It's about you being able to set your boundaries and knowing, you know, what it is you need out of a relationship, and not being afraid to tell that person and stand your ground for you to get it, okay? So let's clarify and see what Spirit wants to say about it. Hold on one second. I gotta make room, gotta make space. Okay. Okay, so we got boredom, losing interest. Are some of you losing interest in your person because they haven't come yet? Or, you know, you could be losing interest because some of y'all don't want to do the work you got to do to heal. And so you could be losing it. Look, and then look, how you bored, Aries, and then you fucking rushing things at the same time. That's what Spirit is saying. You can't rush this, boo. I tell y'all, you have to let go and let God or let Jesus take the wheel, whatever you want to say about it. You have to let this go. I know it's hard. I know it sucks, right? Because we control freaks. Because I'm a Scorpio and you're Aries, and we both rule by Mars, even though we got another planet. Scorpio's got Pluto too. But we still rule by the God of War, both of us. So y'all don't have no motherfucking good, you know, y'all don't like to give away control, and we don't like it either. So it says, rushing through the romance, hit pause and let things simmer. Good things take time, and so does lasting love. So like I said, you cannot rush this, because your person is going through a season of bitterness, and you may be shifting back and forth into, because sometimes that happens where, you know, if you're not completely done with everything, or because you could think you heal sometimes, and then some shit will come up and you be like, you know, but when that happens, you need to nip it in the bud as soon as it happens. Because if it's coming up like that, because I told you, Spirit will start to test you, show you things and stuff like that, to see how you're going to react, to see if you truly are over what you say you are, if you truly are healed, okay? So if you losing interest, okay, then like I said, just focus on yourself. I told you, love on you, be the best Aries you can be, because at the end of the day, what's for you, it's not going to pass you by. You're going to get it, but you know, you can't control when this comes in. And then right now, you don't need to be controlling it because your person ain't fucking ready. Okay? If they showing up as motherfucking Bitter Betty, and sometimes your cards are saying something about Bitter Betty too, because when this Queen of Swords comes up, for me, it's some shit you holding on to, Aries, that you need to let go of. Some of y'all might be dealing with Aquarius because I almost called you Aquarius. But you gotta, it's some shit that you need to get the shovel and you need to get the fucking digging and get whatever this is out when this Queen of Swords shows up like this, okay? All right, so focus on you. Focus on what you're doing, okay? Don't let, because you're supposed to be doing this for you. You ain't supposed to be doing this for the other person, right? The other person is supposed to be like a reward for you doing the things that you're doing, okay? You're supposed to be first and foremost doing it for yourself. Because like me, when I started out, I was doing it to get something, but now it's all about me. Because I'm loving on myself, and it's all about me being okay, okay? All right, so, and that's the way you got to be showing up. It's got to be about you putting you and your needs first, okay? All right, let's clarify for your person. We got to pull some stuff for your person. Okay, so they wearing the mask, okay? Like I said, think about this. If the person is still, going back and forth over this past person, and then they got love for you, but they got to wear a mask because the time is not right. And this is part of the reason why they know they can't take this mask off, because they not ready to be all in with you. And if they not ready to be all in with you, they might as well keep wearing the motherfucking mask, okay? Because it has to happen, like I said, when the time is right. But Spirit is the one that says when it is. It's not us. Because like I said, we tried that, right? What I told you last week. Your picker fucked up. And I'm going to say it again. Your picker is fucked up. I don't care if you like it or if you don't. My picker was fucked up. That's why Spirit had to intervene. All 12 signs that I read for. If you resonate with these readings, your picker was fucked up. Okay? But the good news is you have your spiritual team, which is who are intervening in order to fix the issue. Because like I said, a lot of us don't even know what a healthy fucking relationship is supposed to be. We don't even know how the hell we quaking in the fucking boots, shaking in the boots. Some of us, it ain't me, but some of us, that they person is about to show up and they don't know what to do. And it's because it's a new experience. We don't know, and we're scared, I guess so scared that it's going to go left like it did all these other times we've experienced the things that we have, okay? So we got the distance card. So that you and this person are at a distance. It's talking about the two of you being in a separation, okay? Space, blockages, okay? Because you both got things to heal. This is the reason why, one of the primary reasons why you are not together with this person, okay? So like I said, put the focus on yourself. It's similar advice to what I used to tell y'all about your twin. Put the focus on yourself, because it's not about them at the end of the day. It's always about you, okay? All right, what's the next question? The next question is, what's the blessing? What have you missed so far while focusing on the negatives or the worry or the doubt? Let's see. Okay. 9 of Cups. So Spirit is telling you the blessing is you're getting what you always wanted, okay? But it's got to be right. It has to be right, okay? It has to be right. Because I'm telling you, I read these comments. I listen to what y'all say and all this stuff. And like I said, when you're not ready, it's apparent. Let me say that. It's very much apparent when you're not ready. And so, like I said, you can't rush this. Because I told y'all for all the signs, I tell all the signs this. This is not a connection that when this person gets here, Spirit is not recommending that you rush with this person. Because look, they still in the jaded, the Bitter Betty stage. So if they're in this, then that's telling you, you need to go slow. They need to go slow. Because you both are nervous. You could be, fearful of what's going to happen, all of these things. But like I said, if you take your time, it won't be like that. And like I told you, the more you heal, the better and the easier it's going to be. And the less, I guess, frightening it's going to be for you. Okay, so look, we got marriage showing up here on your side. So this is the blessing. This is what Spirit is telling you. You have a beautiful connection coming your way, but it has to happen in divine timing. See, look, it's happily ever after. Look at this card. It says you're no longer wondering if it's the right person. You're building something beautiful with them. Okay. Then we've got make a move. It says swipe, speak, show up. Whatever your move is, now's the time to make it. Waiting won't align you. Action will. Okay, let me tell you this about this card. Spirit is not telling you to go, if you know who your person is, to go after them. That's not what they're telling you with this card. What they're telling you is whatever actions or moves you need to make for you, that's what you need to do first. And when this person shows up, that is when this card applies for you to make a move, okay? When they show up, when Spirit puts the two of you together, okay? Because it could be a situation where you just end up walking in somewhere and the person is there and you're there and you get put together like that. So you got to be ready when the time comes. So Spirit is telling you, be working on yourself and don't get caught with your damn pants down, basically, okay? All right. Let me pull the cards for your person. I still hear that Hard Knock Life song in my head. Okay. So we got your person. See, they dealing with pride and ego. This person, let me tell you this. These cards that are coming up, I'm just going to tell you like this. You would not like this person right now if they showed up. You wouldn't like them because they sitting in the same type of fucking energy that your twin was sitting in. And I'm not talking about abusive. Just them, you know, they're going back and forth between the stage where they're disillusioned. Like, it's like 4 Cups energy. They're disillusioned by the things that have happened to them, okay? It could be a thing like what I tell you earlier, right? Where you think you good and then some shit happened. And what I say, that motherfucker. So I feel like that's what's going on with your person, with this pride and ego. I'm not laughing at them. I'm not laughing at their experience. I'm laughing at me with the motherfucker, because that's exactly what I would say. Motherfucker, here we go with this shit again. I thought I was over this, whatever. So I feel like that is what's happening. The fact that that's coming to me. And then we got the spring card. Okay, so for some of y'all, it could take up until spring for this person, you and this person to come together. But like I said, let me tell you this. Think of it this way. Don't be upset about this. This person, Spirit is telling you that you deserve to have somebody who's got their shit together. And they deserve to have somebody that's got their shit together. That's a fucking blessing. Spirit is letting you know that you're worth having somebody in your life that's got it together. That these fucking half-stepping motherfuckers from the past, that's unacceptable now, right? And as you build yourself up, that's the energy you gonna be in. Because I'm like, let a motherfucker, I wish a motherfucker would. Let me tell you this straight up. There's a card that keeps coming up. I think it came up last week, right? The Page of Cups. And I keep telling y'all that for a small percentage of y'all, there was a missed opportunity between you and the soulmate. Some of y'all, this not applying to everybody, but I'm using this as an example. So the fact that has happened, I'm gonna tell you like this. Even if it is a soulmate, okay? If somebody is coming into your life, Aries, right? Okay, or you trying to get together with somebody and they lie to you or do something to offend you, and they don't fucking take responsibility for it, or they not trying to fix it, fuck them. That's my answer. Because my thing is this. If you are going to be in a relationship with somebody, the person needs to know how to take accountability, because we all know you will take accountability, right? Because that's the reason why we're here, right? Because you're over accountable for certain things, right? You leave it all out on the table and you do all these things. And when I say over accountable, I'm not saying it as if it's a bad thing. What I'm saying is that you come into a relationship and you trying to be fair, right? So if you're trying to be fair and you got somebody stepping up into your fucking energy that is moving any kind of way, and they not even fucking taking responsibility for what the fuck they doing, You don't deserve nobody like that. And like I said, the way this person is moving right now, I told you they in bitter Betty energy. They need to go heal their fucking selves. That's what needs to happen. And until that happens, and let me tell y'all, those of y'all where you had the falling out with the soulmate, and the person has it, and if they owe you an apology, and this person has not come and been accountable for it, I don't give a fuck what they tell you. I don't give a fuck what they tell you. If the words "I'm sorry" are not coming out of their fucking mouth, you need to rethink that shit. Okay? You need to rethink that shit. That's telling you that this person is coming towards you and they're not ready to be with you. Okay? Because somebody that loves you and cares about you is gonna come and apologize. Because you would apologize, right? If you stepped wrong with somebody and they didn't do nothing to you, wouldn't you come and apologize? So that's why I'm telling you, just the way you would treat them, they need to be fucking forthcoming and treat you that same way. And if they don't do that, you got to be savage with these motherfuckers and let them go. Because I'm telling you, I have been through that all my life, and I will not deal with a motherfucker that can't take responsibility for their motherfucking actions. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's your brother. I don't care if it's your sister. I don't care if it's your daddy. I don't care if it's your mama. If they cannot take responsibility, that is an unfair situation, and you don't fucking deserve to have to be in it. Like I said, but it's up to you. You got to do what is best for you. But like I said, all of us are tired of being walked all over like we fucking doormats. So you have to start to make different moves. You got to start to be savage with motherfuckers. If they telling you by their actions, I'm just going to do what I want to do. And, you know, if I don't want to apologize, I'm not going to apologize. And I'm like, okay, but then you don't want to deal with me. That's my answer. You don't want to deal with me. Because like I said, one thing I cannot fucking tolerate is a fucking liar. Because that's one thing about me. Y'all know this by watching this channel, that I don't fucking lie to y'all. I tell you the fucking truth, whether you like it or not. Just like I tell you about your picker, right? I told you about it last week. I'm telling you about it again. I'm not afraid to tell you the truth. But you know, when I'm telling you this truth, those of you who watch me on a regular basis, you know it's all in love. Because you know, if I didn't care nothing about you, I would just read the motherfucking cards and move on, right? Because I told you, I did the healing I need to do. But I want everybody to get what it is that they want out of this situation, right? If you want to be in a relationship, I want you to have that. Even if you choose to be by yourself, I want you to be okay by yourself and not still be suffering from the shit you went through with these people from the past, okay? So it doesn't matter what you want your outcome to be. I want it I want you to get what it is that you want, right? And even if it's not the popular choice that everybody is choosing, don't matter. We can still get you to a point to where you're okay, right? So that's why I'm telling you. That's why I always talk about discernment, and I always tell you, don't you let nobody walk you like the floor. Nobody has a right to come in and treat you any kind of way, and you must suck it up and you must take it. Nobody. I don't care who it is. Okay? And until you start to put your foot down, set your boundaries, and let these motherfuckers know it's unacceptable, they won't rise to the occasion. Because let me tell you this, what one person won't do, another one always will. Okay? It's 8 billion people on the planet. If this one don't do it, trust me, you have all these other people. And when you start doing your healing and doing what you're supposed to do, and you shining bright like a diamond, baby, they gonna be coming out the motherfucking woodwork. You just gotta use your discernment and find the right one. So like I said, let your soulmate be a fool if they want to. And when they know they wrong and they don't wanna fix the shit, let it go. Let it go. Because like I said, the days of you running after somebody who is mistreating you, it's over. Because if you're running after them, what are you really running after? That's what I'm trying to understand. Because the person is telling you by their actions that they don't care. They don't care. And it doesn't matter if they going. I get that people go through shit. Okay? It doesn't matter that they're going through shit. The fact that they're going through shit should make them even more fucking cognizant to not want to put that shit on other people. That's like you stepping into the relationship saying, oh, well, such and such hurt me, so I'm just going to come into this relationship and I'm just going to treat you any kind of fucking way, you know, I want to treat you, and you just going to deal with it. See, what kind of mess is that? That's what somebody is saying to you action-wise. Their actions are telling you that, even if they're not saying it with your, you know, with their mouth. So my thing is, if you can't stand in a toe-to-toe with me in a connection and you know, take responsibility for your actions and I take responsibility for mine, no fucking dice. No fucking dice. No fucking dice. Because that's straight up bullshit. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't give a fuck who it is. Okay? All right, let's move on. All right. Where we at? It's a blessing. Okay, so the next one we're going to move on to is talking about what's the warning. It says, what can you learn that's going to help you maintain this connection in a healthy manner? Hold on. Okay, so the card that fell is the Two of Cups. So this is talking about, you know, you and this person having a strong connection, a mutual attraction with each other. So like, this is what is going to help you. The fact that the two of you are on the same, you know, you're supposed to be on the same level, right? That's why I told you Spirit is holding this person back, for them to get themselves together, for you to get yourselves together. So when you come together, you're both open to having a healthy relationship and to doing things the right way. And you've let go of that shit in the past, whatever, other people have done to you. So you're not coming in doing what we just talked about, and you're taking it out on each other. Okay. Cause that's not fair. Even if you did it to the other person, it's the same thing. It's not fair. Okay. All right. Okay, so we got the love offer showing up on your person's side. Okay, for some of you, it's coming soon. Okay, hold on, let's move on. Let's get one more card. Again, they know that you are their divine counterpart. Okay, it's got feminine energy on here. Okay, let's get some cards for you. So we got abusive, drunken love showing up here. So if there's something that needs to be dealt with, if you've been through some type of, abuse with somebody, okay, or in the past, it doesn't have to be just a last relationship, but any of these relationships, this is about you getting the help that you need, okay? All right, let me get this other. Okay, then we've got marriage vows showing up here, okay? This is the second marriage card that's showing up, because we had marriage show up before. It says, forever isn't a fantasy here. It's a shared choice. Marriage is either present, predicted, or deeply desired. Okay? All right. All right, let's move on to the next placement. The next placement next question is, what's heartwarming? What do I need to know for the future? What positives will they bring into my life for moving forward? So what positives is this person going to bring into your life? Okay. See, I got my mind set on you, and it's saying, do it right, that they want to do it right. Okay, so we got the Devil showing up here, Capricorn energy, and we have the Six of Pentacles showing up. So, okay, so this person's going to bring equal love and equal give and take to the relationship with the Six of Pentacles, and I feel like you're going to give that in return. Then we've got the Devil. This is talking about, the passion. It's going to be a very passionate connection. It can also speak of like watching out for the negatives, right? The negative traps you can fall into in a relationship, like codependency. Be careful, of that, because that's why Spirit is having you work so hard on standing in your power and knowing your worth, knowing that whether you're going to be in a relationship or not with somebody, you're going to be okay. Whether this situation works out with this soulmate or not, you are going to be okay. That's what this is about with the Devil, okay? And knowing that just because you're in a relationship with somebody, it's never a trap. Just like, love is a risk. It's a risk, but it's never a trap. You can walk away whenever you want to. That's why I tell y'all that in the comments. you know, if the person comes to you and the two of you can't get it together and you feel like it's not for you, there's nothing wrong with that. If you decide that the person is not for you, you know, it is what it is, okay? Because I told you, you got all these other people on the planet. Trust me, you'll find somebody. Okay, let's clarify. Okay, so we got holding on to past karma, past grudges. We just talked about this. You got to let this shit go, Aries. Whatever the fuck you holding on to, if you sitting in bitter Betty energy, I'm telling you just like I'm telling this other person, okay? Whoever your soulmate is, you got to get out of this right here, okay? Because this right here will fuck up any relationship, okay? You got to heal yourself. We can't be sitting here telling the other person they need to heal themselves when we need to fucking heal ourselves too. But see, like I said, I'm adamant about my shit. I don't care if I end up in a relationship or not. I am going to be healed because because let me tell you like this. If you're not healing yourself, if you're not getting rid of this shit, it's like you walking around with that fucking all them exes that mistreated you and did all this shit to you. It's like you walking around with them on you all the time. And who the fuck want to be in that type of energy with somebody like that? With somebody that you know don't care, don't give a fuck about you, and treat you fucked up like that. Why would you walk around with that, like with something like that energetically? That's my question. Okay? So you gotta let this shit go. Like I said, I get it. Cause I told you I used to be the goddamn Oscar winner when it came to goddamn holding grudges. But I had to let it go because I want to be at peace. I want to feel free. And that's why I tell you with me, with the twin, I'm good. I wish them the best. I appreciate the lesson, but I don't want nothing else to do with them anymore, okay? I learned what I needed to learn. I understand why, what happened had to happen because it was certain things that I needed to know. But like I said, now I know what to fucking do. And now that's why you stand in your power, because then you know when somebody fucking mistreating you, you're not having it, Aries. You are not fucking having it. That is the point. For you to be a savage and be like, I ain't saying be crazy. I'm not saying be like that and be like, oh, motherfucker, blah, blah. I ain't saying you be like that. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that, you need to come into the energy like, I want to be in this relationship. I want to be with you. But don't start none and it won't be none. Okay? We can work it out or whatever. But you got to take responsibility just like I got to take responsibility. And if we can't have a meeting of the minds, if this can't be a compromise, then to hell on with you. Because I can't put up with that. You have to be willing to be like that. To go through this, what we going through, you got to be willing to walk alone and not have a fucking problem with it. See, because that's what it is. Because when you're afraid to be by yourself, people can sense that shit and they'll try to use it against you, That's why I had to I told you, I got to the point where I'd let everybody go. I'd be like, oh, you don't want to be right? I'd be like, okay, bye. And then, they think you playing with them at first. And then all of a sudden you getting phone calls. Well, I hadn't heard from you. Yeah, because I'm not putting up with that type of stuff. I'd be like, I explained to you what was going on. It wasn't important to you. So I said, well, hell, why is it important to me? And then I just left the shit alone. But when you like that, nobody got fucking power over you. Nobody got power over you, because this is not about you trying to manipulate people to get them to do what you want them to do. It's not about that. It's about you seeing who really wants to be in relationship with you, whether it's romantic, familial, friendship, or whatever. It's about you seeing people's true motives, okay? If they have ulterior motives, if they trying to manipulate you, all of this is about that and about seeing people for who they are. Because I'm telling you, once you start to set them boundaries, that's when you see who you really fucking with. Especially if you've been somebody where you be trying to go along to get along and all that kind of shit. Once you start putting your foot down, oh, you see all kinds of shit, boo. All kinds of stuff. And like I said, you cannot be afraid to cut a motherfucker loose. If they, like I said, and then you don't even have to give them, you don't even have to give them a motherfucking explanation. They know what the fuck they did. People know when they do wrong. They know when they do wrong. Because if they are not a narcissistic person, you got a little angel sitting on your shoulder, just like you got a devil, and you got that angel telling you, now, come on now. Come on now, Aries. Why did you do that? You know you shouldn't have did that. You come on now. You know you got that. You know your conscience be talking to you and shit like that. Because no matter how hard the hardest core person, even me, when I know I did wrong, come on now, this and that. And then if it's somebody that you really care for, you gonna feel bad. You gonna feel bad about it. That's normal. That's normal. That's somebody that's fucking healthy and not narcissistic. But if it's somebody walking around that don't give a fuck, no matter what they do or how they treat people, that's not somebody you want to be around. You don't deserve that, Aries. Y'all been through a lot of shit just like all the other 11 signs been through. And if you willing to take somebody's bad behavior after all of this, then that means you've learned nothing. That's what that means. You've learned nothing when it comes to all these things you've been through. It's like you've been through all of this trauma and this abuse in vain. If you can't realize that, like I said, that's why the loving yourself is so important. Because when you love you ain't fit. It's just like somebody in your life, like you have kids or if whoever your favorite person is in the world, how you are tad down, right? For you let anybody else fuck with them, right? Or like I give you an example. This is a funny example. Like me in spirit, right? Me and spirit. We have our good days and we have our bad days. Because some days I pick up the cards to read for myself and I'm like, oh God. I'm like, I don't even want to talk about that today or whatever. Or sometimes, they'll be like, oh, you need to do this or whatever. And I'll be mad because I don't want to do it, right? So we had like a sibling relationship or whatever, where we go at it, we argue, whatever. But then let somebody say something about spirit. Let somebody say something in the comments and try to say something about what's being read. Oh, I'm all in your ass. Because I'm like, no. I'll be like, me and them can go at it, but you don't fuck with them. It's like that. You got to be like that about yourself. Like me, I can argue with myself, but you don't fuck with me. You don't get to do that. So you gotta be savage like that about your motherfucking self. Because I'm telling you, the right people, the people who really care for you, the people that's really mean you well, they'll fucking love the hell out of that shit. The fact that you love yourself that much. And you willing to burn it all down for you, okay? And that inspires the same type of loyalty from that other person, especially because they know if you do yourself like that, then how you gonna be with somebody that you love, right? So that's why I said this is about weeding out all them fickle people, weeding out them people who can't take fucking responsibility. And like I said, I understand people go through things. I get it, but you gotta watch. You got to watch how you do folks and stuff like that. You still living, you still dealing with people and stuff like that. Because my thing is like I said, you can step wrong and then, later on be like, oh, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have did that or whatever. But it's not just what you say to yourself. It's your fucking actions. Like I said, well, then are you going to go and rectify stuff with the person? Or are you going to sit and be bitter Betty and I'm not saying nothing or whatever. Yeah, I'm wrong, but I'm not saying nothing. Like the person just gonna ride with you anyway. Wrong answer. Maybe the old Aries, okay, or maybe the old Scorpio I was done some shit like that. But this one now, if you don't give me what I give you, you get nothing. That's the answer. You get nothing from me. Nothing. Okay. All right. So we got two cards that fell here for you. We got miles apart. So again, you and this person are at a distance. It says, even though you're physically apart, you're deeply emotionally entangled. Long distance love is never easy, but it's not impossible. Okay. Then we've got walking away. See, this is what you can't be afraid to do. Okay. I don't care if they're giving you a damn 50 carat fucking diamond ring or 50 carat wedding band, guys, or whatever cars or whatever they giving you. You can't be afraid to put that shit down and walk away, because sometimes, this ain't every instance, sometimes people use things to blind you to what they're actually doing or what their motive actually is. And I'm not saying with your soulmate that's what's going on, but I'm telling you that there are people out there who will use certain things to try to blind you to the fact of what their real motive is, or what they really want to do. Okay, so you can't be afraid. It says walking away isn't failing, it's choosing yourself. When the path no longer serves you, it's time to move on. And so that's why I'm telling you, if you have not learned this lesson from the past people you've dealt with, Spirit may try to show it to you again, and they could use the soulmate to do it. That's what I'm telling you. They could use the soulmate, because like I said, even though I get all these positive things about this person, there still have been that small amount of people that had a damn had a damn missed opportunity with the person, okay, for whatever reason. All right. And then I've actually, I've read some of the comments. If you go into the comments of the videos, you'll hear people talking about it, and some of them they made up, and then others of them, and I remember it was somebody else, another reader I was watching, and this same particular thing had happened. And in the comments, this one woman, she said, and like I said, I had to give her fucking props for her comment. She said, if I don't hear from him, because whatever the fuck he did, it must have really fucking pissed her off. She didn't elaborate on what it was he did, but she said, if I don't hear from him, she said, we will never speak again. I said, oh, bitch. I was like, that was what the fuck I'm talking about. But you gotta be like that. You gotta be fucking ruthless. Because you gotta let these people know. I ain't saying don't be on a million, but if you feel really disrespected about what happened or whatever like that, don't be afraid to stand your ground. You're not wrong for that. Because if you don't stand up for yourself, who the fuck gonna stand up for you? And then you're a damn Aries, goddammit. You better get it together. All right, let's move on. Okay, so now we're gonna get some messages. We're gonna get some messages from Spirit. Then we're gonna get some messages from your person. But like I said, you got to get yourself together, Aries, because this is about you. This ain't about nobody else at the end of the day. This is about you. Okay, so we have slow climb. It says you're getting there one steady step at a time with a little bit of effort. Okay. Then we have right track. It says you're going in the right direction, so just keep moving forward. Okay. And then we have new worlds. It says there are many more things for you to discover, so don't give up. Okay. So this is about, believe in yourself. Know you can do this. Know you can fix yourself. Know you can fix your life. You can have the type of relationship you want to have. Like they say, you got to kiss a lot of frogs before you get your prince or your princess. So, I mean, like I said, you got to be determined. It's like anything else, If you determined to have a good body, you got to stay in the gym until it happens, right? If you're determined to lose weight, you got to eat right until it happens. If you determined to have a good relationship, you got to work on yourself and show up as the person, who's in a good relationship until it happens. Okay. So you got to be relentless. So we've got, you inspire me. We have, I'll wait for a sign from you. Then we've got, I don't want to let you go. Like I said, don't you dare let nobody step on your toes like that. Not Aries. No, boo. Cause that's some BS there. Okay, so we got, it's time to tell you how I truly feel for you. You are truly my wish come true. I just want us to love each other. Okay. Okay, we have, I want you to be happy, even if that means being without me. You are the only one who manages to calm down my inner beast. Get one more. Oh, got two more. It says, I can't wait to see you again. So some of you have already seen your person. Okay, or this just could be them watching you and ready to watch you some more. It says, I'm a better person because of you. I feel more optimistic and full of life. Okay. All right. Okay, let me get one of these, and then I'll get the romance fairy cards. Okay, so we've got surprise. It says, I am planning to surprise you soon with a gift from the heart. Get ready to receive something special soon that expresses how I feel about you. The gift could come in any form in the physical or spiritual realms, and it will bring us closer. The romantic gesture, 3D communication, or telepathic communication is on its way to you. Okay, let me get one more. Okay, then we've got the time apart card. It says, this time apart is giving both of us an opportunity to work on ourselves and be the best version. I need to retreat a bit until I get over what is bothering me. I don't want you to see me like this. I'm protecting you from my dark shadow side. So like I told you, this person is going through stuff, okay? But like I said, just because somebody is going through something, let me reiterate that. Because a lot of us, we have certain, even though you stepping into a new identity, Aries, and you're becoming a different person, sometimes you backslide. We just talked about that with healing, right? Sometimes you backslide and you go back to who you used to be, okay? And certain people and experiences may bring out that old person in you. It's like, let me give you an example. Like when you go home, say you live apart from your family and you go home for Thanksgiving or you go home for the holidays, right? And you're completely independent person. You like this, you like this, you like that. You the best of everything. And then when you get there back in the fold with your family, you back like you a little kid again, fussing and fighting with your siblings, and then mom, all this stuff. It's just like that. Okay. This is about you assuming a new identity, a better identity, and knowing what it is you deserve in relationships. So you got to remember, if they ain't singing your song, then you can't be afraid to walk away. You have to let people know you fucking mean business, because if you don't do that, like I said, you just repeating the same old fucking mistakes you used to. Okay. All right. So let's get these romance fairy cards, and then I'll let you go. Okay, so we have psychic connection. It says your communication goes beyond mere words. Okay. Then we've got memento. It says a gift from someone special. And we have perfect match. It says you complete each other in the most harmonious way. All right. Let me get one more. It says natural evolution. Let the situation unfold naturally. All right. So Spirit is telling you don't rush it, right? It's just going to take the time that is going to take. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, it says love language affirmations. Loving words hold great power. So, like I said, be the new you, but like I said, always put yourself first. And this is about you choosing people who are going to love on you like you love on yourself. And I'm not saying this is not about somebody coming in and kissing your ass or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is wrong is wrong and fucking right is right. And when somebody step wrong in a relationship, you have to take, I don't care what type of relationship it is. Because when I say relationship, it doesn't have to be romantic. Even if y'all friends, it's about accountability and knowing when you've stepped wrong, and that you care enough about the other person and about their feelings to let them know, hey, I fucked up. I'm sorry. What is it for somebody to say they sorry? And then if they got a problem with that, then that's telling me that's a red flag, and they got even bigger fucking problems that you probably don't even see yet. Okay. All right, Aries, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Aries. Hi, Aries. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to move forward with the new love spreads by doing another reading for you and your soulmate, okay? This is going to be for the new year. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Hi, guys. I just wanted to let you know that if you want to see me read live, I will be doing a live collaboration with Yamaya from Soul of Yamaya. Not this Tuesday, not tomorrow, but next Tuesday, the 30th of December at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay, I have to do it in the daytime so that, because she's in the UK and I have to do it at a time when we're both going to be able to do it. So even if you can't make the 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, there, it will be posted on the channel after it's done. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go, Aries. One second. Overall energy for this week's reading is the Nine of Cups. This is talking about your wish fulfillment, okay? You trying to get what it is that you know, what you want in love, okay? Underneath this is the Queen of Pentacles, Earth sign or someone with a lot of Earth in their chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is talking about that lifelong love that you've always wanted, you know, a relationship that's long term, stable, and committed, okay? Underneath this is the Hermit. This is Virgo energy. This could represent the older person in the connection. It could be you, could be your soulmate. With the Hermit, this is the energy that you were in this past year, trying to heal your situation so you could be ready for new love, okay? And with the Knight of Pentacles, Earth sign or someone with a lot of Earth in their chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, again, this is talking about your love, your soulmate slowly coming towards you and you slowly coming towards them. And then we've got the Hangman here, which is Pisces energy. And this is, of course, talking about, you know, you looking at things from a different perspective, okay? Because I feel like for a lot of you, this has to be about you now looking at love from a more positive lens instead of a negative one because of the things you've gone through. So you've walked away from things that no longer serve you, but now is the time for you to start to look at this in a more positive way, okay? All right, let's clarify. Hold on. Okay, we got 3 cards here. This is your twin coming out. Wounded lover, thorns, painful love, and we got personality clashes. All of that is your twin, okay? So, like I tell y'all, when these cards come up like that, that's your energy. This is your energy I'm reading. It's not mine. And it's not Spirit just giving you this stuff. It's what's coming up in your energy. And Spirit is trying to show you what it is so that you can get it out, okay? All right, so you've got the friend zone card coming up here. It says one of you wants more, but the other only sees this as a friendship. You can't force chemistry when it's not there. I feel like this could be talking about, for some of you, you and the twin, like the twin not wanting to let you go and you just being like, it's over with. You don't even want to be friends with this person. But for a lot of you, it is talking about the soulmate, the fact that this person already has feelings for you. They're already in love with you and you're coming in. The two of you, you know, this is Spirit telling you to start this off as a friendship and let it move forward and morph into what it's supposed to become, which is a long-term, stable, and committed connection, okay? And Spirit is telling you to step in your divine counterpart energy, whether it is divine feminine or divine masculine, because as you know, there is no gender in tarot, okay? All right, so when it comes to your person, this person is coming in, right? With, you know, the two of you are going to be chasing thrills, having a lot of excitement, having a lot of good times with each other. And then we've got the time card showing up here. It says waiting, cycles, moment. So this person is waiting for the time is, you know, for when the time is right to be able to come in. So things are at a pause right now, or, you know, there's a delay because there are things that you have to take care of to align to this connection and things that your person has to take care of to align to this connection. Okay, so we're going to start off and head towards the first placement. So the first placement we're going to talk about is like a summary of your love life from last year, okay, or this past year. So we have the Ten of Cups, High Priestess, which is Pisces energy. We have the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands. So I feel like this was a situation this past year of you looking for your, you know, your happy family, looking for, you know, that love that you wanted, the long-term, stable, and committed love. And in order to do that with the High Priestess, this was about you needing to listen to your intuition and listen to your guides, okay? With the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands, this is Spirit saying that, you know, you're waiting for your ships to come in. You're waiting for this love relationship to come in. And it was also about you knowing that when the love comes in, you're going to have to make a choice. Some of you, you've already had your person come in and you've made the choice, Aries, but for others of you, you're still waiting for that person to show up, okay? And the reason why you're still waiting is because there are things, as I just said, that you have to align. You have to align to for you to come together, and your person as well, okay? All right, let's get some cards for you. So you have to get rid of the false connections in your life. And we're not just talking about when it comes to your love life. We're talking about all areas of your life. Fake friends, you know, crazy family members that just don't get it, right? Where you love them and they love you, but for some reason, the two of you, it's not a reciprocal relationship. It's a relationship that's one-sided. You got to cut out all these people, Aries, in your life where everything is one-sided and you're giving, and they're doing nothing, or they're doing the minimum, okay? And so the false connection card says the bond may be karmic, temporary, or just meant to teach. Either way, it's not what it appeared to be. So a lot of you were convinced, okay, or you were led to believe that a lot of these connections were beneficial and that they were what you always thought they were supposed to be. But I feel like as the scales fall from your eyes, as you're healing yourself and you're starting to really take a look at your life and take a look at, take an assessment of what's going on, I feel like you're really starting to realize that not everybody has your back, okay? And so you cannot be afraid to cut out these connections, okay? Because what you're heading towards is the happily ever after card. It says you're no longer wondering if it's the right person. You're building something beautiful with them. And so, as I tell you, you only have a certain amount of slots in your life that you can let people in, right? You don't have enough room to keep the crappy people on and then be able to let in, you know, your soul tribe, the people that really have your back. So what Spirit is telling you is you got to focus on the people that make you happy. Because like I told you, we're not just talking about your love life. We're talking about you finding happiness and contentment in every area of your life. And in order to do that, you got to be really, really selective about who you allow into your life and who you also, the people that you let remain. Okay. All right. Okay. So when it comes to relationships, okay, you've had this situation where you've had toxic love that's going to sting you. That's your twin. And then a lot of tea and drama. And I don't, like I told you, I don't feel like it was just romantic relationships. I feel like it was a lot of relationships in your life. But this new person that comes in, you're going to have butterfly feelings when you're with this person. So it would behoove you to do what you need to do to weed out all these other people, because that's part of it too. It's not just you learning romantically who you should allow in your life, but you also have to show Spirit that you understand the assignment, and that is not just talking about that there are other people. Because a lot of you, I talked about this last week in one of the other signs with one of their reads, where it's like you're in a boat and the boat is taking on water and you got to plug the holes. You got to figure out where that water's coming from. So that's why I'm saying you got to assess and see what the hell is going on. Because, you know, people are not going to come up to you and be like, yeah, I'm using you, or yeah, this is a one-sided connection. I'm only with you for this reason or whatever. Nobody's going to tell you that. You have to start to use your discernment to see it. Okay. All right. So when it comes to your person, we've got the Muse card. You are inspiring this person to be better, right? To be their best selves, because they really want to be in this connection with you. Okay. Then we've got the Heart Fog card. It says mixed signals, blocked emotions, messed up. I feel like your person has gone through all of these things just like you have. And it's about the both of you getting to this energy here where you're at peace. Okay. You have balance, you have harmony, and you have friendship. Okay. True friendship. All right. Let's move to the next placement. The next placement talks about what your biggest achievement in love was last year. Okay, so when it comes to your biggest achievements, I feel like what Spirit was saying was recognizing the deception and the betrayal and the backstabbing in your, and the lies in your connection with this Seven of Swords, and with the Knight of Swords, which is a fire sign, or someone with a lot of fire in the chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You realized who it was that was perpetrating, that was in and out of your life, you know, breadcrumbing you, not doing what they were supposed to do. You recognize that this person, this past person in your life, was not giving you what it is you truly deserved in a relationship. And with the Devil card, this is also about you realizing, okay, because it's Capricorn energy, that you could break free from this negative, this unhealthy dynamic that you were caught in with this person. Okay. All right, let's clarify. Let me pull your stuff. Okay, so we've got the boredom card, losing interest. So I feel like this is what eventually happened, okay, with with these past people that you were in connections with. You got bored, you started to lose interest once you really started to see what they were about, and you started to see through the mask that they were wearing as well. Okay. All right, so some of you, we got the Family Echoes card. It says old family patterns may be playing out in your love life. Until those echoes are healed, they keep repeating through new faces. So in order to heal these family echoes, you have to go back to your family dynamic and heal it from there. Okay. Then we've got, some of you have money issues. So it says money matters. Money is becoming a pressure point in this connection, whether it's overspending, income gaps, or a fear of scarcity. So whatever your issue is with money, and you know what it is, this was also about you plugging up those holes when it comes to that, like places where you're spending too much money, or you're not budgeting, or you're realizing that the environment that you're in, you got to get out of it. And so you have to start to save money so that you can do that for your exodus. That's what I hear. I hear Exodus from Bob Marley. There's a song called Exodus by Bob Marley, and that's what I hear in my head. Okay, then we've got rushing things. Okay, it says rushing through the romance. Hit pause and let things simmer. Good things take time, and so does lasting love. So this is Spirit saying you have all this stuff on your plate. You have all these things that you need to do, right? You are headed towards a cosmic connection with this new person, but you cannot rush this. It has to happen in divine timing, because as I just said at the beginning of the relationship, you have to align yourself to this connection, and so does your person. You don't just step into it and the two of you are automatically aligned, because remember, both of you have never been in a proper healthy relationship before. And so this is about both of you learning what it takes in order to do this. Okay. And then we've got cosmic connection here. Let me read what it says. This cosmic connection transcends time, space, and logic. You've met in other lifetimes and in other dimensions. So this is your ride or die. This is your person, right? That you're supposed to be with. Like I tell a lot of people, especially the new ones coming in, the twin was never supposed to, you were never supposed to be with that person. That person was just supposed to be a learning experience, and you were supposed to just move on to this new person, and this new person is your reward. Okay. All right. Hold on one second. Okay. Okay, so the next placement we're going to take a look at talks about the energies that you need to leave behind in 2025. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we've got the High Priest, which is normally the Hierophant, and it's Taurus energy. We have Justice. The Justice card is Libra energy, and we've got the Four of Swords, okay? So I feel like what Spirit is saying is what needs to be left behind is the things that you healed in the Four of Swords, right? With the Four of Swords, because this is like the mini hermit for me. So you prayed for a new, I'm getting identity. You prayed for a new way to identify, a new path to take when it comes to your love life. And, you know, a lot of you have done a lot of extensive healing this past year in order to be able to step into that new identity. And I feel like Spirit is telling you, you got to leave behind who the fuck you used to be, basically. Okay. Then we've got with the Justice card and the High Priestess. This is about you balancing yourself out, right? So that you can get your higher level of commitment, so that you can get your marriage, so that, you know, you can get the dharma, the good karma that you deserve as a reward from walking away from these past circumstances. Okay, let's clarify. Okay, we got the Trickster card. That is your twin. Hold on. Okay, so there's a lot of fantasizing going on between, you know, with you about this new person. Okay, then we've got divine timing. So Spirit is saying things may feel slow or uncertain, but the universe is right on time. Love is unfolding exactly when it's meant to. So, you know, that rushing things is not going to help anything. Actually, it hurts. It's slowing down your manifestation, because when you don't allow divine timing to take its course, it's like you're, what I hear, putting the kibosh. It's like you're causing it to slow down, because you're trying to, it's like when you don't allow things to move in divine timing, it's almost as if you and Spirit are in the car. And remember how I tell you Spirit is the one driving the car and is behind the wheel? It's like you're trying to yank the steering wheel out of their hands when you do that. And then, of course, that's going to slow things down, because Spirit knows where you're going. Spirit knows how to get there. Spirit knows what has to happen, when it has to happen. Because remember, I tell you, Spirit can see the whole board, the entire board. You can only see the current square you're in and maybe one square in front of you, and you can see the past. But Spirit knows the whole board. They know everything that's playing out, how it's supposed to play out, why. Okay? So this is about you just trusting. Okay, I feel like this is a lesson of trust, not only for you trusting your person, it's also about you trusting yourself, and of course, trusting Spirit. Okay, so we've got the open relationship card. It says an open relationship isn't for the faint-hearted. Set clear rules, communicate, and be respectful of boundaries. Explore with care. Some of you could actually have been exploring this in the past, or have a you know, want to do this. And like I said, if you want to do this, I'm not judging you at all. But I feel like this is like the equivalent of the Three of Swords, and this is talking about you needing to make a choice, Aries, when this new person comes in. Because when I told you, when the new person comes in, the soulmate, this twin is coming back, and you're gonna have to decide who you want to be with. And I feel like a lot of you have already chosen the soulmate, but you have to demonstrate. It's like a test. Like I tell you, you're getting tested right now with a lot of these things that you're being asked to do. And I feel like when this person, you know, comes back, you know, that's going to be your other test. Okay. Let me pull some cards for your person. Okay, yeah, because for some of you, there's going to be a tower moment that shows up with this destruction card. This is on your person's side in the winter, and winter just started, okay, yesterday, because today's the second day of it. So, but remember, this is a timeless reading. So whenever you run across this is what you're supposed to hear, okay? Because all of this is happening at one time. That's why it doesn't matter when you listen to a reading, because everybody's going to be at a different point in it. But you have a tower moment that is coming. Some of you, it is coming this season. Okay. If you live in the United States, it's showing up sometime in the next couple of months. Okay. But for others of you, I guess it's whenever your winter is. Okay. All right. Then we have trapped showing up here. which I feel like is kind of the equivalent of the devil. And then we have rejection, abandoned, dismissed, irrational fear. So I feel like your person may be working through these things, working through, you know, abandonment issues from being rejected. All right. Because even if you're in a relationship with someone, if they cheat on you, that feels like rejection, because it's like, you know, you're supposed to be with me, but you out here with other people, and you was telling me that you wanted to be in a relationship, right? And then with the trapped card, this can be, you know, feeling like you're trapped, you know, in these feelings, like, especially if it's somebody that's rejected you, you got feelings for them, and then you feel trapped that you can't break free from it. Because you know how people will say you can't turn, you know, it's not like a faucet, you can't turn it on, you can't turn it off, that type of thing. Okay. All right, let's move forward. Okay, the next placement we're going to talk about is, let's see, the biggest obstacle you're going to face in this new year. Okay. Okay, so we got 4 cards. Page of Swords, air sign or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. The King of Cups, water sign or someone with a lot of water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. 8 of Swords, and we have the Wheel, which is Sagittarius energy. It's the Wheel of Fortune. So the biggest obstacles you're going to have to face this year are delays, possible delays with the Page of Swords, because this connection is meant to teach you patience. There's a card in this deck that talks about patience, and you've seen it before. It's a little girl with a dress on, and she's got her hands. She's holding her wrists with one arm, and she's got on this light blue dress, and it says patience at the bottom. And that's what Spirit is showing me in my head, that a lot of you are going to have to learn patience, because you're rushing things with that rushing things card we just saw. Okay, with the King of Cups, this is about you learning how to balance, you know, balance yourself and balance out your life. And then with the 8 of Swords, this is about you breaking free from the limiting beliefs and the, you know, the antiquated thoughts, the, you know, the old belief systems that you've been holding on to because it's holding you back. And then with the Wheel, this is about you welcoming in this, you know, good luck, this good fortune that's coming in the form of a soulmate. Okay. All right, let's clarify. Okay, we got in the next lifetime. That's your twin. Okay, so a lot of you have been through roller coaster relationships, right? Had roller coaster lovers, people who, you know, you never felt safe. You never could relax because they were all over the place in the relationship. One moment you felt like they had your back, if they did, you know, if you felt like that at all, or you felt like they, you know, they were abandoning you one moment, rejecting you the other. And so when you go through something like that, you can never feel safe in a relationship. And I feel like for a lot of you, that's going to be one of the biggest obstacles you face, is learning how to really fully be relaxed in a relationship. Okay, so we've got the honeymoon phase showing up here. It says this is the beginning, beautiful, euphoric, and full of potential. Let it unfold, but don't ignore the details beneath the romance. This is about you slowing down and savoring this connection and just enjoying each moment of it, but still using discernment and paying attention to what's going on, because this is about making sure that you get your needs met. Because I'm not saying that you shouldn't be making sure the other person is getting their needs met, but I feel like that's a given with y'all, because I feel like that was the number one problem, was that you were over giving with people, like giving too much too soon. Okay, that is why I talk about slowing down. Spirit talks about that all the time, because that's how you prevent the over giving. Because if you're not going 100 miles an hour, there is no way for you to overgive if you're taking your time. Okay, then we've got sharing space here. It says whether it's moving in or feeling like home in each other's presence, you're aligning on a domestic level. So for some of you, you could be coming into situations where you're talking about moving in together, or you're actually doing that, because the connection is gonna pick up and take off and move so smoothly until you're in that relaxed, that safe space, that emotional safety with each other, and you're going to want to come together and be together. Okay. All right, let's pull some cards for your person. Okay, twin flame card, we're going to throw that to the side. Then we've got the longing card from your person. They're craving, aching, wanting to be with you. Okay, then we have, you know, them being mute, them being silent, not saying anything because the time is not right. And then them being at a crossroads, they may have decisions that they have to make as well when it comes to this connection. Okay, all right, let's move forward. So the next placement we're going to look at talks about the goals and aspirations for the new year, okay? When it comes to love. Okay, so we have the 10 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, the Sun, Leo energy, and the 9 of Swords. So I feel like what Spirit is saying, what you should be striving for is with the 9 and 10 of Swords, to cut out the worry, okay? And to use discernment so you don't end up back in the 10 of Swords situation again. Use the proper discernment so that you're not being, you know, betrayed or stabbed in the back or mistreated by people in this coming year, okay? And then with the Sun and the 10 of Pentacles, this is about you welcoming in, again, this new soulmate, because we got the Sun here, and also embracing your happiness and the love and the money and the legacy that's going to come along when the two of you come together. All right, let's clarify. Okay, so this karmic partner card is coming up because this is Spirit telling you to be mindful of the fact that, as I told you before, your exes are going to be coming for you when you and this person come together. Okay, not just your ex, but your person's ex as well. And this is going to be something they're going to be doing, moving in silence. You're not going to know until they just show up. Okay, all right. Then we've got the spine card showing up here for your person. So your person watches you. It could be through your social media. It could be, you know, getting information from different people. It could just be different types of ways. They could be frequenting places that you go. They could be, like I said, talking to people that are you may be in the same friend group, and they could be talking to people like that, or, you know, just observing you. They may, like I said, come to places that they know that you're at. Okay. This person admires you a lot, okay? And with the intimacy card, they're coming in with the energy of wanting to bond with you, for this to be a very sensual connection and be very, you know, wanting to confide in you and wanting you to confide in them, okay? All right. So when it comes to you, you and this person are going to love each other to the moon and back, okay? You're really, really, really going to love each other. And this connection could actually be hidden. You and this person could be together for a little while, and until you build your bond, you may decide to love each other in silence in the beginning, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what, you know, is going to be to the betterment of the connection, and it's going to help the two of you to relax more and not have to worry about people coming at y'all in the beginning, I understand that, okay? Then we've got the mixed signals card. It says, are they into you? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes even they don't know. So the way you avoid this, because that's what Spirit is talking about, like, right? We're talking about obstacles. Or is this goes in which color? I'm trying to remember where. I think this is talking about the obstacles. So it's an obstacle that you're going to face, right? The way to stop this from happening is to go slowly, because if you going slow, people don't have time to, because that's when this type of shit happens, is when people are, you know, going 100 miles an hour and they're not giving themselves time to think about and contemplate what the fuck is going on and to feel what's happening. And then you're not doing it with your person as well if you're going that fast, okay? Because even if you get into, because I've gotten into connections in the past with guys where they just took off, right, and was going fast, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, I don't know, you know, they start to second guess, you know, and that's a bad thing to have happen to you, because you get into it, you get invested, you get these feelings, and then you got somebody that's trying to fucking pull back. But the way to stop that from happening is to fucking slow down, so that even if they get to a point and they want to pull back, you're not so invested to where you get hurt. Okay, that's what this is about. This is about moving in a smart way in order to protect your feelings. Because I'm not telling you, when I tell you to open yourself up to this person, I'm not telling you to not have your own back and not, you know, do the things you need to do to be like proactive, to make, you know, to guard yourself to a certain point. I'm telling you, you need to open up as the connection progresses, yes. But I'm not telling you to come into this thing and not do things to have your own back. That's not what I'm saying, okay? So we've got love lessons here. So Spirit is saying, don't let a history of failed relationships get you down. Gather the lessons and ditch the baggage. So this is about learning from the past. So I just gave you an example, right? Don't be going super fast so you don't have to deal with this type of shit, because this shit right here is irritating. To have somebody that can't fucking decide what it is they want. And the reason why, number one, when that happens sometimes, it could be because the motherfucker is just trying to have a good time and they're not serious about it. Okay, that's why you need to go slow, right? And then it can also be because they got hurt too in the past and they're trying to figure that stuff out too. And like I told you, you don't know what triggers them in the beginning and they don't know what triggers you in the beginning. And it could be something that may happen that triggers them, and they're going to have time to sort it out and to not. So this person's going to need to have time to figure out, you know, why they're feeling like that, and not be saying, oh God, I'm triggered, but things are going so fast and I'm so far into the relationship without realizing, you know, I'm just realizing what the hell is going on. And then that, you know, that will just end up causing them to pull back even further. So it's imperative that you take your time in this situation, because the both of you have just gotten out of situations where you've gotten hurt. And even though you've healed, you still have to have that time to it's about you learning from your past mistakes so you don't continue to make the same ones in relationships. Okay, all right, okay, let's move on. So the next placement we're going to talk about is how to achieve and manifest your goals. Okay. Okay, well, I didn't even have to do a long shuffle for that. They just all flew out. So we've got the 9 of Wands showing up here, the 10 of Wands, and we have the King of Pentacles, Earth sign or someone with a lot of Earth in their chart, towards Virgo, Capricorn. So I feel like what Spirit is saying, in order for you to achieve and manifest your goals for this year, is this is about you getting rid of as much baggage and as much, you know, pain and you know, whatever it is that you've picked up over, you know, throughout your lifetime. It, you know, like, I feel like the most pressing things, okay? This is not about you wiping out every single thing, because that could take a while. But this is about you dealing with the biggest triggers, the biggest issues, the things that are holding you back the most, in order for you to be able to, you know, remove some of those blocks and move towards what it is you want when it comes to, you know, manifesting your goals. And then with the Ten of Wands, you know, it's again about you letting go of the baggage and taking the lessons, okay? Because you are headed towards this goal of what you want with the King of Pentacles, which is for a long-term, stable, and committed relationship. And so it's going to require you, as I told you earlier, to step into a new identity, and also for you to move in a different way. And in order to do that, you got to let go of a lot of this shit you've been carrying around, because that's what's been hindering you. It's the way you think. The way you think, you know, has to do with the words you speak and the way you move. All of those things align. And if you're, and you know, they all need to align to bring in your manifestation. And if those things are not aligning, then of course you're going to have a problem with trying to bring in your manifestations. Okay. All right, let's clarify. Yeah, see, look, Spirit is backing me up with what I'm saying. Aligned future. It says this connection feels solid because you're both facing the same direction. This is a partnership with purpose, and this is what we want. We want this person to come in like this, and for the both of you to be like this together, okay? And then we've got physical passion. It says this connection is charged with desire. Just make sure hearts aren't getting lost in the heat, okay? This is, again, about, you know, moving too fast. It's not that you can't have, you can't have feelings for somebody and you can't act upon passion, but things are supposed to progress. That's how life works. You're not supposed to go from, oh my gosh, like a novice at something into a full-blown, you know, professional in like a week, you know, just like the same thing with a relationship. It's supposed to brew, and it's supposed to take time, and you're supposed to get to know each other. You're supposed to savor things. And I feel like it's just very important that you do that because of where the both of you are coming from, okay? Because it's like you're walking through a minefield, kind of, okay? And it's like I told you, you don't know where your person's minds are, i.e. your, you know, their triggers, and they don't know where yours are. But if you go running through the damn minefield, hell yeah, you're gonna hit some shit and blow up, and both of you will if you both do that, if you start off that way. But if you take your time, you may hit one, or if you don't, you know, if you don't, maybe you'll come up to one instead of just running over it and blowing up. You may just, you know, come up to it and realize, okay, there's a minefield there. There's a possible trigger there. Let's talk about this. Let's work it out. Let's do this. Let's do that. So that, you know, you don't end up getting scared and pulling back, or your person doesn't end up doing that, or the two of you don't end up butting heads. It's like, you're just going to have to be like that in the beginning until you both realize that you can trust each other and you start to relax. Okay. All right. Let's get these other cards. So we've got the Two of Cups showing up here. This is talking about a strong connection and a mutual attraction between the both of you. And then we also have burned, wasting money. So I feel like, you know, maybe a lot of you have been having, could possibly be having money issues. This could also talk about you feeling this way about past relationships. And so that's why I told you this is another reason to take your time, right? Because I feel like a lot of effort in the past has been wasted, you know, that could have been saved had you slowed down and just looked at, like really looked and really thought about what was going on in your life when it came to your relationships, okay? You got to see and check and make sure that people are reciprocating what you're giving them. You know, you can't just assume, okay, because I'm giving this, I know they got to be giving the same thing. You know, a lot of times we be caught up in the feelings and caught up in what's going on, the euphoria and the crazy, because that's what they say. They equate love with like temporary insanity, because it's like you lose your mind. And when you lose your mind like that, you're not fucking thinking. You just going with the flow. You going with what it feels like. It's like that feeling is so strong and it's so potent, right? That you want to hang on to it, right? Because it just feels so good. And a lot of times when you're doing that, you're doing anything to hang on to it, and you're not really assessing what you're doing. And I'm not saying it should be a thing where every little thing you do, you need to be second guessing yourself. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying you do need to be checking in with your intuition and thinking about what your issues were in past relationships and making sure, like I said, that you're not giving too much too fast, and vice versa. Okay. All right, let's move forward. Let's get some messages from your person. Well, not messages, but let's clarify from on your person's side. See, your person is going back and practicing forgiveness. They're forgiving themselves and forgiving other people for the things that they've gone through. And then there's the Dark Night of the Soul card. If you watched the Twin Flame reading I did for this week, your person, this card came up for your person as well. So they're going through some serious shit right now. So for those of you that are trying to rush it, you got to let this spiritual depression, because that's what this is. For those of you that don't know what D-Knots is, that's what I call it, D-Knots, but it's Dark Night of the Soul. It is a spiritual depression. And when you go through this kind of shit, it's like you don't care. The things that normally bring you joy, you could care less about them. That's just how you feel. And so then we got the Nourish card. So this is what your person is doing right now. They're focusing on their self-growth. They're being self-focused, and they're feeding their soul right now because they're going through some heavy shit. They're going through this awakening. And like I said, I've been through D-Knots twice, and I know it is not for the damn weak. Okay. All right. So the next placement, or the last placement we're going to talk about, talks about how to your theme, the theme that you're going to have in love for the new year. So let's pull these cards. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Okay, so we got 4 cards that fell here. We have the Ace of Chalices, which is the Ace of Cups. Queen of Chalices, which is the Queen of Cups. It's Scorpio when it shows up for me, but it could also be Cancer or Pisces. Then we have the 6 of Cups, and we have the 2 of Pentacles. So I feel like this is about, the theme for this year should be about you not juggling or not putting yourself in situations where you're being juggled with the 2 of Pentacles, okay? And it's also about, reunion happening between you and this past life soulmate that you're with. That's why we're saying reunion for those of you who are new, because you had a past life, many past lives with this person, okay? And then with the Queen of Chalices and the Ace of Cups, or Ace of Chalices, this is about this new love coming in, and the both of you having a lot of love for each other, okay? That's going to be what's happening for you this next year, is that this should be your focus. Once you get into this connection with this person, you and this person forming this relationship, and showing love, the love that you have for each other, okay? All right, let's clarify. So while you're in this separation, this is what the card that your person has, separation, blockage. While you're doing that, you need to be focusing on, things to help you align and to fix your life. Because you got your person is watching you. This card makes me laugh. I don't know why. This person is watching you, okay, while you're at a distance. They got a lot of big dreams about this relationship. They are, they are obsessed with you. Infatuation, adoration, okay? The addiction word is coming up. So I feel like, what I feel like that has to do with, it's because this person's had to wait so long for some of you, really like months. This person is known, that they felt the way that they felt for you. So when you talk about where your person is and you upset that they not here, imagine your person, because they already in love with you and they've had to wait this long in order for the 2 of you to come together. It's got to be harder on them. Because for some of you, you may, have an affinity for this person, but I don't think you're, I don't think you're in love with them yet. Okay. All right. Let's pull the cards for you. For you. Ooh. Yeah. See, there's the twin with the bipolar, and then the love still burns. That's them. That's them with that mess. So you've had a lot of destructive battles that you've had to overcome, right? So you stepping into a new phase where you have emotional safety. It says you don't have to walk on eggshells, hide your feelings, or second guess yourself. This connection holds you with care. So this is going to be a connection where you can truly be yourself, your authentic self. I tell you about that all the time because that's what this is about. No more secrets and lies. So it says, not everything here is what it seems. Lies, omissions, or double lives could be distorting the connection. This is what both you and your person have had to deal with or have dealt with in the past, okay? And so it's about putting an end to that and focusing on moving in the direction of what it is that you truly want, okay? All right. Let's get some messages from Spirit. Then we're going to get some messages from your person. Okay, so we have leaving. Okay, it says, I am happy to be free of the problems of the past and welcome new experiences. When we get into a rut, when we find ourselves going down the same worn out path, when life seems to be passing us by, we need to have the courage to leave things and people which no longer serve us behind. Let the angels guide you to a new beginning. So like I said, I can't make this stuff up. I can't pick these cards out of the thing. We were just talking about that earlier, remember? At the beginning of the reading. Then we've got transform. It says, all things in life change and I adapt willingly and easily. The angels want you to know that you are now coming full circle. You are ready to move into the next stage of your life. But that doesn't mean you have to forget the past completely. All of the experiences that have led up to this point have equipped you with the tools to move forward, okay? So you're going through, this transformation and you're stepping into a completely and totally new type of life. Especially when it comes to your love relationships, or your relationships, period. Because some of you, like I said, you need to let go of these old people that fucking don't have no damn, they don't feel the same way as you, they trying to get something out of you, trying to use you and stuff like that. Okay. So we've got from your person, denial. It says, what truth about yourself are you avoiding that could be interfering with your openness to love? I like these cards because this is your person asking you specific questions that you need to address within yourself. Then we have addiction here. It says, I don't have room for you in my life right now because so much of my energy is focused on the wrong things. Okay. So this person's got, addiction issues they need to worry about. Because remember that other card we looked at was talking about addiction, the obsession card. Okay. Then it says victim. It says, I can't save you or fix all of your problems for you. So this is about you stepping up and saving yourself and fixing yourself and forgiving yourself. Okay. All right, let's get some other messages. Okay, so we have, you are my wish fulfillment and I want you only. Okay. Then we have, without you in my life, I feel so lost. Then we have, I wish I would have treated you better. This is your twin, so we're gonna throw that to the side. We have, nothing really makes sense without you. And then I can't stop thinking about you. Okay. Let's get some of these. Let's see. Okay, we have, it says, I can't, not right now. I feel like I said, that's because your person is going through the denots, the dark night of the soul. But they're saying you're mine forever and ever. All right. Okay, you are my heart's desire. My heart and love belong to you. One more. It says, I need to be with you. Okay. All right. Let's get these romance fairy oracle cards before I let you go. Okay, so we have soulmate showing up here. All right. It says, you have found your romantic counterpart. Then we have love language, quality time. be the witness to each other's lives. Okay. Then we have unexpected connection, opposites attract. Okay. So I feel like the reason why that's coming up is because you're from different, you have different backgrounds, even though you've had a lot of similar experiences. And like I said, when you talk to each other, you're going to be like, yep, the same thing happened to me. And you're going to understand each other. You still come from different backgrounds, you know, racially. Sometimes, you know, for some of you, it's going to be religion. You know, there's going to be that age gap. You have a lot of differences as well as similarities. Okay. All right, Aries, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Oh, let me tell you, I don't know if I told you at the beginning or not, but I'm reading live. If you want to see me read live, I invited the same young lady that I read with, what was it, last month, I think, last month or the month before. Her name, she is from Soul of Your Maya is the name of her channel. And we will be reading on next Tuesday, not tomorrow, but the next Tuesday, the 30th of December at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay. I have to read that early in the day because she's in the UK and, you know, we're coordinating together, we're collaborating together, and it has to be at a time when the both of us are able to do it. Okay. All right. And if not, of course, there will be a replay that's going to be put up on the channel. All right. Okay, Aries. So I hope this helped. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Aries.